This is Truth Radio, 103.9 FM. We empower the nation.
Mina Yusufu Jallo, the Cowfoot Prince, and you they listen to Truth Radio on 103.9 FM live from Freetown. Natu de las.
Nyabone sawo matonya yepe gwagwagwo ela o. Tonya yepe gwagwo ela ngatu ayabo ngeza watomina ni FM we. Tonya yepe gwagwo ela ngatu ayabo ngeza watomina ni FM. Mianga tu atonya yepe gwagwo ela we. Nyabuda tonya yemi aloma. Tonya yele mi amome. Nyabone jagbe yale ngeja ti yale dwe mi do nyango ngolo tonya yepe gwagwo ela we. Mi atanu isivena. Namora mo mi driver. Nyabuda jepe bubura mi wabido tonya yepe gwagwo ela. Amiaga tole papa gotita loba papa nebe da penegbe nugo ma o ya gbogbe cha wa to mi na ni FM ne ma ya mi abede mo kini mo ya de kini mo ni da keza keza me bi lo to me gbo amiaga pinga
Allo kende jaramana beautiful country. It's beautiful people.
Beautiful country with beautiful people indeed. Good morning, assalamu alaikum. Good morning and welcome to another working week. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Today is the 26th day in the month of January 2026. January is slowly going down, about a week. And you say January long ago. We still there in January. You still get a week, if you're not employer, you still get a week for plan for pay January salary, and January is a very long month, especially after the festive season. But it's slowly coming to an end. We're slowly completing the first month in the year of 2026 and moving down to February. February, inshallah, we wear Ramadan, and I understand say it Lenten season as well inside February. The Christian then go start them fast. Let Allah give you the blessing, and let Allah keep we strong with well body, for able worship and praise Him. Good morning and welcome. It is a blessed morning. Alhamdulillah for life. I hope and pray say you all get a wonderful weekend with your families, and it was a beautiful weekend. The weather, the weather fine. Yeah, drive around. I went to the peninsula and I went far east as well. Yeah, and went to number 2. The way where people and they go out. I've been telling my party, say people and just want to get fun in all whatever the challenges they're going through. See people with their families, friends, who just want to go out and have fun and forget about your worries and celebrate life, because you don't know what will happen next. Celebrate it as much as you can when you're alive. Praise Allah, worship Allah, but not forget to enjoy yourself respectfully and peacefully as well. But good morning and welcome to another working week. We tell Allah thank you for we lives them, and one for say alhamdulillah that we're here, and for come continue for do the people's work. This is a very, very important week in we country, and we all for pay attention. As a people, as a country, we will pay attention. Constitution is not something that is amended or reviewed very easily. It takes time. Imagine 1991 Constitution for more get time, and now the member for we don't get commission them with a non set up from Pakaba to former President Kuruma to President Bio, and now we start the process proper going to Parliament, for review. It's a very, 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 very important process in the democratic and governance and peace process of a country, and we all for pay attention to them. We should, deliberately we share the documents on social media one of them days here for let people and get access to them, because the more you get access to information, the more you empowered or able to ask questions. This week we're going to pay attention to that process. We're going to get conversation from civil society, as we start with Marcella Samba Sise today, to members of parliament, to citizens as well, waiting people and think, waiting you want to see how these documents reflect waiting the people and want, waiting at the people and will. We're going to see realize them, going to read part of them for let people them understand. Going to talk to lawyers them as well for explain what it means, so we get proper understanding. We don't get the Attorney General Naya for over 2 hours. We break down the issues them, not the documents, not the bill. And I think we share a lot of the content from within the Senaya. And we did that on purpose for let people able get outside and go reference. Point them when go and listen and understand or ask questions. If you check with socials, get over 5 or 6 different part the more quote and share of statement with the Attorney General make now on based on questions and more asking for clarify certain issues. So therefore continue that conversation, but I just think say we all need for understand and know say now the process and all for care about. It's not just about singing and dancing for political parties or going to votes. And then process here they informed how we election go turn like, whether it go be free, fair, transparent, whether it go be accepted by all of us. Waiting at the reforms they will want for address the problems they would only complain about as a people. How we go change with politics and governance. How we go give power to the people through the democratic process. And the issues they are. The political party them for even engage the members them on. Engage the MPs them for engage them constituent on. Explain to them and get them views them. So when you go in a parliament, you could be informed from what the people they want and what they think. So somebody was telling me, political members of parliament them no get allegiance to the people again because of the PR system. Now political party them puts in there. Now political party symbols that they will vote for. I understand, but we still get members of parliament. The general understanding is they are representing us, the people, and then they make them daddy. And we the people and then they represent. So we still get chance for engage them. We still get chance for ask questions. We still get chance for make them understand. Say we want to understand proper what is in this bill and how it will strengthen with governance and democratic process. How we not go be all that we go bring ka ala ala. How we not go be all that we go serve just one party or we go serve one government where the government come or whatever. We push back for change, we begin complain. How we not go be something where election come and pass, we still begin complain and not solve the issues there. Never getting conversation and it's important. Me still know, we political system is so hinged on elections and voting that sometimes I can ask. Some of them think they are. Why political parties they not could take them and break it down for their members, get their input, sensitize them, educate them. Not for singing that. If even people who want to be flag bearer or want to be president, how do they get involved in things like they were? Because they have a lot of followers. People really support them. In all the party them. I mean, members of parliament. These documents on there out for long. I don't know if they are members of parliament who don't engage in constituents them. Either they go on radio or the whole community meetings them for engage them, for get the input on waiting them think or waiting them want. If waiting them inside the document reflect waiting the people they want. When I sing and dance and turn up no more we can forget the process where they carry go to election, where the election reach all votes, confusion commodity will begin ala ala. For review or amend constitution takes time. It doesn't happen often. People and they don't come and go. We walk the Peter talkers, coward. They don't pass away. People they will walk in that in them process and they don't pass away. It's our generation, our own time. If we don't do it properly, if we don't get it right at this time, posterity go judge we. We go always live for regret. And whatever generation comes will hold us accountable. Either we sit down will not talk, either we not be part of the process, either we not raise concerns, either we not do anything right, either we see opportunity for do anything right, we deviate from them because of political interest. So let's dialogue, let's have a conversation. So now we get for the Duna this week. We have to pay attention to that document. Like we start last week, it was deliberate for get the AG for come and explain the document. So this week, they start with civil society. Tomorrow, hopefully, we get members of parliament. They forget lawyers them, get the people them as well. we all for talk about her. Good morning once more and welcome. Good morning, and hope we all do fine. I want to thank Kuna very much for joining us this very early, every other weekday. Pray we'll get a very productive week and a blissful week as well, as a country, as a people. And RIM, then they pull into themselves. Politics has begun. We are into politics, and we never forget we serve as a people. Whilst the politician and the politicize, then they pan politics and everything, we should be asking questions, not for just sing and dance and turn a ball, and for ask the right questions. Let me take with prayer this morning. As always, we start the morning devotion with prayers. The prayer call on God in guidance and protection in our lives. Call that a guide and protect. We give you the wisdom and understanding for doing things right as a people. Pray for we leaders, we politicians at a time like this. Let them put the interests of the country first than the personal or political interest. Political parties come and go. Individuals come and go. But this country always the day. For not putting interest above all else, it will always be confusion. And everybody go and get them way whoever can have power. And we get an opportunity now. So let us pray. Lord, pray for ourselves. Lord, pray for politicians them. We president, we vice president, the ministers them, we members of parliament, we councillors. And we serve as a people. Lord, pray for ourselves. Let us pray. Join us in prayer. Say amen, amen, wherever you are. Because as me man and alumni can say, we know Sabi in prayer, Allah the answer. Just join us in prayer this morning. Let's praise Allah. Let we seek in divine intervention, for make we lives in better, make we country a better place. Let us pray.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala thank you for everything. We ask Allah make you forgive we sins them. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for we make a guide we and give you good leaders them. Leaders them we able to say go put the country before. Leaders them we able to say the people them benefits na go before Allah protect them. Truth media na one of the one that we be to say we know say it's not for the two. Make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue for guide, protect the one that we be to say they be in this particular institution. Make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide we all. Let Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save we from his guidance. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala anything we be to say in the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala want. Make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help we low before achieve them. Anything we be to say na evil we Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala they keep with this ask we for make we go against. Make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save we from. We ask Allah make He give you goodness in this life. We ask Allah make He bless we country for we. We ask Allah make He bless we leaders them. We able to say them go able for do the right thing for we in this we country. Yeah. We ask Allah make He bless we country for be developed country. Allahumma rabbana atina fi dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhaban nar. Allahumma aslih lana dinana alladhi huwa ismatu amrina wa aslih lana dunyana allati fiha ma'ashuna wa aslih lana akhiratana allati ilayha ma'aduna waj'al al-hayata ziyadatan لنا في كل خير واجعل الموت راحة لنا من كل شر وصل اللهم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
We give you honor, we give you adoration. Take all the glory. This nation belongs to you, Father. We commit this nation. We ask that, Father, your hand will continue to be upon this nation. Lord, we ask that, Lord, you will have mercy upon Sierra Leone. All the things that we are committing as a nation, Father, that is getting you grief. Father, we ask and we plead for mercy over this land in the name of Jesus. Heavenly Father, take over the president, the team, and the entire Sierra Leoneans. In the mighty name of Jesus, we pray for peace, love, unity, and justice over this land. In the name of Jesus. Heavenly Father, we thank you, we bless you. We give you glory, we give you honor. For in Jesus' glorious name we have prayed. Amen and amen and amen. God bless you all. God bless you, the people of Sierra Leone.
Sometimes they might just stress, I can even smoke cigarettes. Then I don't do plenty things the way I don't regret. I know the side effect, but not ever lose myself. No respect is all I have. Nothing on the last, nothing on the last, nothing on the last, last forever. Nothing on the last, nothing on the last, nothing on the last, last forever. The power when you get today will not misuse it. Nothing on the last forever. If you get a helping hand, not for help a brother man, cause nothing on the last forever. I've gotta be honest, I'm trying to find the realest. Most of these niggas when they up there, they see us. Problem come, call it 100 times, they kill less. And when they need, they come along, get the best. Then they regions, they're bondage. And when I'm broke, you look at them, call them Jesus Christ. How many times I go and need advice? Cause when it's down, that's the only time you realize why. Nothing on the last, nothing on the last, nothing on the last, last forever. Nothing on the last, nothing on the last, nothing on the last, last forever. The power when you get today will not misuse it. Nothing on the last forever. If you get a helping hand, not for help a brother man, cause nothing on the last. Some I know I do, but we go raise me up, I put me up, don't let me know that toots. Don't suffer, man, they left we were so close with soda soap. You know not so, plenty helping hand and give you brother hope. Cause one day we go die and lose everything, some this one a joke. Waiting being I for kill myself up. I blot it up, it a watch, it a see me effort. Always in a measure, I don't feel the pressure. Go through the pressure, you can tell by me aggression. I clap for man then wait and told me each. Life not test, I sit and pass all. And I know he beat, I know he's easy, Johnny deep. I drop bars like a government do a lonely beach. Nothing on the last at all is one, I saw it and left. All waiting we get so god they before take a one net. We don't know equal, if you not believe, check we and so where you catch you always not for celebrate you, yeah you Monday. Nothing on the last, nothing on the last, nothing on the last, last forever. Nothing on the last, nothing on the last, nothing on the last, last forever. The power when you get today will not misuse it. Nothing on the last forever. If you get a help,
nothing on the last, you know the last forever. The power we get today, not misuse them, because you not gonna forget that power day forever. And not get for day, not possible. Not possible, safe. You know, amen, amen to the prayers. May Allah guide and protect we. May Allah make we do the right things, especially during times where we get power or the opportunity for change things in a better way. May Allah guide and protect we that we do them in the interest of a nation. Because tomorrow bambai, we'll go sit on some side. We not go regret. We go say alhamdulillah when we had the opportunity, we did what was right. Power not last forever, or not possible, especially in the democratic process. Well, leader na you party in a power. Say people in the way, people in the way, we can deal with political parties. Political party can win power and they can serve for some time and go. We've got people. Imagine President Buin first time, eh? Do you remember the people who were in power? The people who they call the shots? People who were very powerful? I mean, no people who been the past now this tongue, but they get guard everywhere. They before then and get escorts. Now we don't even know where they are. I don't know how then they pass it. Something now we not to something. Now we only sit on a traffic. You know, that shows you that this power doesn't last forever. Nothing. Not even with life. We know they last forever in this world. We'll die. We'll die one day and go. So when you have power, use it for tomorrow bambai. Umaruki always say, now when you get power, you for pass good laws. Because when you not get power, their laws then they, if they're good, they cannot be used to hurt you, to go after you. But if you get power, you manipulate the law, you pass bad laws. You think say you did it forever. No. When you're gone, the other people them will go come, then go use them for go after you. Because it's bad. But if it's good, it serves everyone. It serves its purpose. Who that ever come, it is serving purpose. And we have an opportunity now. constitution are not to document the way then they review every other week or every month or every year. It takes time. At some point, you even get for carry go to referendum for the entrenched clause them. So it doesn't happen easily. It takes time. And when we're doing it, if we do them, we will be intentional and be sincere and honest. So we do them for the interest of this country, not for serve one party, not for serve individuals, because tomorrow by when nothing don't last forever, we'll see them. If we able to look back and say, yeah, at least we left a document where they serve the interests of this nation and its people, and you feel happy you've got a legacy to show. So there's a very important and busy week today. The legislative hearing, they start in Parliament on the 2025 Amendment Bill of the 1991 Constitution. It starts today. Hopefully, we're going for broadcast and the live to the public. We follow them. It's open to the public according to the announcement we Parliament sent out. So, let's pay attention. Let's pay attention to that. But let's take the anthem this morning. It's very important that we do the national anthem. We will take the pledge after the anthem as well. So, they do both the pledge and anthem today. For remind we save. Say, this country in interest for the above all else. And we all for understand, say we get a role for play in wherever we are, whatever capacity we deserve. We get a responsibility. And we should do that. So join us. We do the anthem and do the pledge as well. And we'll come back and do the roll call. We'll get some few stories them for catch up with today. And also we get to talk to Ramantom Farmer, the Chief Administrator of Freetown City Council. There are several allegations have been get the mayor where raise concern about the role of the Chief Administrator. Some councillors them as well been get a press conference where they make several allegations against the Chief Administrator. It is what fits that we get for react to the allegations and get a conversation on the work of the Freetown City Council. Continue for stay with you. They take the anthem and the pledge. So now with commitments to this country. For always tell them, say we love them and go put in interest above all else. Continue for stay with you. They come back shortly.
I will exalt thee, Lamb of the free. Great is the love we have for thee. Family united, ever we stand, singing thy praise, O native land. We raise up our heart and our voices on high. The hills and the valleys re-echo our cry. Blessing and peace be ever thine own. Land that we love, ours here we own. I we exalt thee, Lamb of thy free. Great is thy love we have for thee. Family united, ever we stand, singing thy praise, O native land. We raise up our hands and our voices on high. The hills and the valleys echo our cries. Blessing and peace be ever alone. Land that we love, ours shall I own.
I pledge my love and loyalty to my country, Sierra Leone. I vow to serve her faithfully at all times. I promise to defend her honor and good name, always work for her unity, peace, freedom, and prosperity, and put her interest above all else. So help me God.
I pledge my love and loyalty to my country, Sierra Leone. I vow to serve her faithfully at all times. I promise to defend her honor and good name, always work for her unity, peace, freedom, and prosperity, and put her interest above all else. So help me God. So help me God.
You know what time it is?
Youth man, youth man. If we land for ask questions, but things them way happen now we sweet nation. You name the resources, waiting them don't benefit this nation. From independence to 50 years of celebration, where they make you man and they think I'm say something for them better. We still under British colonization. Command them still not a question. Should be one of the richest countries in the world, but we still why we not a question? Why poor people just the poor? They rank and then they better. Why? Waiting do we not a question? Why make na salon no more the young no they grow? Oh salon. Why we not a question? Why make na ya no more education no they grow? Oh salon. How the internet slow? Now so we slow anyone then give me say oh. Big development, corruption, first position, clap for us. Another such occupation. This to come for sponsor. Go there with a big nabo do ya. Una kill we slow. Una shoot we right on sight. And maybe that they go better. I say na 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 na. We don't try. Na 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 na. Yes, I go try for unite this generation. Sabotage, make them misunderstand the intentions. Making them smart, but must ask you the question. One day, mama, why we still live on the same conditions? Why then he go be big question? Answer, mama, papa, picking confrontation. All these fucking kids in a fireball, now we all young. You know, don't know the thoughts they do. They see them, when I say them not for us, kuna nothing. How long for the ala for the moment? As 2-3 months pass so. Next man said, wait for you talk for pattern and boy till this country gets. How come they no able share among 6 million population? We know they ask questions to the tax savior. As they reach there, so Papa God, you know, now for them second and family, them tell them go. Well, if salon for big get 50.
Yes, sir. Inside this country, we get different political parties, but we know, and they all get their aims and their objectives. Some na for can fight for the power, ruling and opposition. Some na for the run after power, that's a third force. And some them na for support to that they na power. And when you want for enjoy them, just tune your radio. You go hear the drama. We man them the grammar. Na FM salon. I keep in a party, me say every day. Radio station. For all the politicians, me say right down day. The party king well, the party king jam. The talking plenty and the shocking one. So argument. Ruling party king day, opposition they self king day. I tell you, third first king day, Vuvuzela they self king day. This now we party, political party. For all the politicians, me say right down there. Because I want to make them know now politics stop put me there. Ruling party, now politics stop put me there. Opposition, now politics stop put me there. Now politics stop put me there. Vuvuzela, now politics stop put me there. Balance can take a mood. Now politics stop put me there. Every brother, now politics stop put me there. Every sister, now politics stop put me there. The party intense in all kinds We one panel jump and grab the microphone and begin for talk. They not the fambu them una do. Me na the honorable Kang, they represent the ruling party. And so, we na party where they practice people-oriented politics. Now that make us...
Politics never put we bien. Politics for push we go before. And we for ask questions. Now them then they will for ask questions. It's not just about singing and dancing and supporting political parties because you think say whatever the party do or whatever whatever the lead do is right. No. We don't see how things then change in this country. How people and women they push certain agenda them become the people the way they complain about certain things and we didn't do. We don't see how power change hands. Other people then go away. They can't just sit here because of waiting and do. Politics for benefits the people. You never put we BNO. Politics for be the things and how we for use to governance for change we lives and do it right. Politics not for be what you they use for inflict problems and do it wrong by we safe. A bad politics and wicked politics, hateful politics. Because anything we do wrong now, for change and make for take we some other time. We have an opportunity for do it right. We have an opportunity to get involved. We the people them. Not left politics give politicians no more because when them play bad politics, it affects you the people. Some of them might enjoy it when they have the power, but it affects the general good. Now make with politics for try for make and right. For let everybody enjoy it. Let it benefit everybody. But if we sit down say no to business, then it's a problem. It's a problem. It go come that point where it go be your business. Until you realize saying that your business, you don't let the few people them way take them as them business don't benefit from them. So this week, for pay attention to what in they happen. Be part of the governance and democratic process. Not for sing and dance and vote no more. How you get for votes, waiting for make you vote. How you vote get for be secured. How then get for country votes. How you vote they bring person a power. How you vote go pull other person. You need for be concerned and ask questions. Because we need for make politics good. We need for make politics push we go before. Not for put we bien. No. Not for put we bien, no. Just want to take this opportunity for welcome His Excellency the President. The panel been there, don't come, he been go Davos and Switzerland and the World Economic Forum. No, just welcome and play this music and welcome the power. They welcome him, power there. A lot of things and they happen. This is a year of action. They can show some stories them of things them where this year of action. It's like the people the way you appoint or the people the way get responsibility. Not care, they don't care. Let's just take that, let's just welcome the pa. Let's take the song and welcome the pa quickly.
Because in the morning we we see you come, we all don't gladly we tell you Cabo. Cabo, 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 Cabo. Anytime we see you, where you go you come, we must tell you Cabo.
Welcome, sir. There. We see the good talk we go give na Switzerland, na the Davos, na the panel we been there. And they look forward to the year of action. I see this year of action. But so long fit you, so long fit si pa. I don't know how na see mo. For me, he look fitam. You know, the pioneer looks this year of action. It's like the show we say he ready for do things them. You know, this year of action, things them for happen. But Paul, they remind you, so many things happening. I wish this year of action for be year of time where you get time with the people. Go to communities and places and see some of the things that we didn't tell you about. I see people in a Ministry of Tourism, Tourist Board, and they spin. And I've been thinking, look, Trevor is fighting for fixed machine for clean beach. We are people are very interesting. You know, we're very funny. We can't clean our beach. We just Spain, they talk about tourism. We can fix machine for clean beach. They talk about tourism. Anyways, welcome. Just to remind you, they can show video about things the way they happen. But Lord, do the whole call this. Good morning and welcome. School law starts, school law open. Let me do the whole call and know that they would have not did this morning. Good morning, Fode K. Shiaka, Karim Kagbo, Siafumba, Kusna Bayo, Gabriel Indolo Lebi, Momodu Sise, Ferdinand Maurice Johnson, Lamfia Dabunde Konde, Augustine Momo Davies, Abu Conte, Dauda Mansare, Marcos Lebi, Grace Mosori, Eunice Sise, Julius A. Conte, Alimatu Damonekeni, Mustafa Kone, Celia Boma, Thomas Amidou Kanu, Adam Abba, good morning. Fode Kamara, Mohamed Fona Jalo, Yasin Jalo, Kaisheku Chendeka, good morning. Alaji Brahma, Suzanne Seya Koiwa, good morning. Abubakar A. Jalo, David Rogers, Mara A.B., Ali Tiger Kamara, Alaji Momo Kamara, Sufia Habib Tunis Kiawu, Fatmata Jalo, Timu Bai Sise, Francis Smart, good morning. Sulbi Bari, Clementina Johnson, Ibrahim A. Kaloko, Emmanuel Kondo, Albert Lansana, Usman Chadakis, Fuad Bangura, Abdul Sori Sise, Amara Barcelona, good morning. John Kagbo, Mohamed Madina Ba, good morning. Koto Rastija, Grand Rising, brother, hope you do fine. Mohamed Ali So, Abdul Sise, good morning. Abdul Malapto Kamara, Hassan Boand, Gabel, good morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Mo Salia, Junisa Tunis Pos, Kalon, good morning. Mustafa Payo Sise, Mohamed Soare, Mohamed Malema Jalo, good morning. Mezi Boima Mezi, good morning. Sal Yukanu, good morning. Nelly Washington, Amara Ture, Aminata Rani Dukure Ba, good morning. Suma Abdullah Bai Sise, good morning. Ibrahim Mansare, Emmanuel Panisina, Mohamed Bangura, Maliki Dabo, Keti Jalo, good morning. Jatu Kasim, Ezekiel Michael Kanu, Ivan Bari, Minkailu Conte, Lamboy Richie, good morning everyone and welcome. It's always a blessing for getting on the program. Shiba Concept, Shiba, good morning. Good morning Lamrana Ba Kamara, good morning everyone and welcome. And hope una all they get a very good morning this Monday morning, and they wish una a productive week, and pray say Allah will continue for guide and protect we and make we understand say for do it right. Good morning JK, John Conte, Miss B, Brahma Abdullah Sharif, good morning. Good morning. Augustine Momo Davis, Alaji Sakor, Alfred Kerifa Kamara, Mose D, Terry Bayo, Engineer Lawrence Toure, Desmond Smith, Abu Conte, Fode K. Shaka, Kusna Bayo. Good morning everyone and welcome, and continue for stay with we now the program. Like I said today, we're going to talk to Ramantom Farmer from the Freetown City Council, and also we're going to talk to Marcela Sambasise. They can look at elections, reform, democracy, and good governance. And we talk about people that we get experience about election. You can't think about other Sierra Leoneans and not Marcela Sambasise. We don't cover, we don't observe elections consecutively, change of power. And also, not only in Sierra Leone, but out of Sierra Leone, at West Africa, the African continent, and even internationally. So we're going to talk to them this morning. But I'll take some of their stories there. I'll take this first video. Trevor shared this video yesterday night. I see him in timeline. I bookmark him, so anything Trevor posts can give me notification. So let me just watch this video. Sometimes I can say we've normalized things the way they happen. We are people the way. I don't know. But let's watch the video. They come back shortly.
All right, so I'm walking home from Congo Cross, from FSSG, because basically all the transport is filled. And I'm on the bridge headed to Congo Cross. And I have no idea how this is even permitted to be, to even... This is crazy. This is the craziest thing I've seen. If you walk across the Congo Cross Bridge, there's literally a section of the railing that's missing, and the drop down, it's a good 5 stories. I'm gonna have to come back here in the daytime because this doesn't do it justice. I have no idea how this is permitted to even happen for even a day without some type of safety precaution, or fact for people not to be walking. This is the craziest thing I've seen. I have no words for it. I'm gonna have to come down here in the daytime so you guys can really see the gravity of this situation. There's literally a section of the bridge that's missing, and the drop down is a good 5-6 stories. And there's no safety tape, there's no blocking, there's absolutely nothing here. Somebody could just, this is the crate. Come on now. Come on, man. This is, come on. I don't know. This is right in the center of Freetown. The stadium is right there. The stadium is right there. This is absolutely ridiculous. I saw the mayor today. Something like this happened in her city. Let me try. I'm trying to zoom in so people can get appreciation. I'm about to come back here in the daytime because you're not going to fully appreciate how crazy this is. Let me see if I can. I don't even want to get close to the edge. That's how wild it is. Like literally, it's a good 5-6 story drop off the bridge. It's off a bridge. It's off a bridge. There's no safety. There's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing, man. This is wild, man. This is beyond crazy, man. How is this allowed to happen? Like how is this allowed to happen, man? Has the bar sunken that low? Is the bar really that low, man? Is the bar really that low? Like, there's a piece of the bridge missing, and people are walking by. There's no safety precaution. There's no nothing. Like, and the drop is like 5-6 stories down. and people walking like it's nothing. Like they should. Wow, man. This whoever's in charge. If I were the mayor, man, whoever's in charge of I'm not sure what you call this. Some type of that person would lose their job in a second, man. That person would be done. Whoever is in charge of this, that person will be fired immediately. If anybody has the ear of the mayor, they need to come to the bridge, go across bridge, and see this. If you guys drive by here tomorrow, just look. It is absolutely ridiculous. There is a piece of the railing of the bridge missing, and there's nothing, no tape, no safety precaution, nothing on one side that says nothing. Wow.
That's Trevor Young. Many thanks to him. Sometimes I can ask if now we where they see things can think say we not okay or not things no normal. I drive past Congo Coast not late as Trevor late yesterday, but on the footpath of that same bridge, if you're coming up from Lodge on the right, somebody they can build wall there. I think that somebody will build right on the footpath of the bridge. They try for protect, because when they drive, you go see the pan. They try for protecting also, whatever. But again, there are people who are responsible for them place there. This accident, this place, it was in December. We run that story. The Simon, can you show it please on the screen? Congo Cross Bridge container crash. I remember we run this story in December last year where this accident happened. We just don't normalize things the way they happen wrongly. It's like no one cares, no one is responsible, nobody know. This happened in December. Remember, this caused some traffic in that place today. But nobody cares. No one cares. We not value, not like we not value with life. We not think say we for live in dignity. We for protect we safe. There are institutions who are responsible. SLRSA, SLRA, whatever is responsible. How much will it cost us to fix this? How much? I drive go Eastern yesterday by Ogu Bridge, right na the bridge. If you're coming from the provinces, driving on the right part of the road, if you watch now the water part on this side, somebody they can build under the back. Where you drive to the under, you see all the mangroves. It's like somebody don't clear up all the mangroves and they can build the back. The building the car up so. And we see these things, it normalized. No one cares. Man. No one cares, but you get people them way go drive morning and go drive, go to the office, sit down, and sometimes what people care about are the big project them. Sometimes are the procurements, are they everything they. But watch this city. I don't know, but if you guys are okay with how this city is a reflection of who we are and how we are as a people. If we can't take care of this city, not able to make place them decent, not able to take care of driving at this Peninsula Road, after emergency and all that, how that road they don't pull. We they watch them. Now so they take go worse. Eastern Kisi bypass. They are show the Locust Bridge. I don't bring this personally, privately. I've sent this to both SLRA and SLRSA. They aid them. The bridge in a Locust. The projects for do the bridge, they don't abandon and force. That is over 6 months ago we didn't start them. But the caterpillar, I checked with the man at SLRA the other time, he told me that the contractor and get the caterpillar. But how we normalize for later caterpillar, they still park in that place. It's still there. I drive past there yesterday. It's still there. And how we normalize them thing they are, now actually can baffle me. How do we abandon a bridge project like that inside the city? Inside the city, Simon, please just show the video on screen. Inside the city, that project did not left and sometimes money no day. The locust bridge, please. The money no day, sometimes they don't left than day. You know, but the Caterpillar Park, the road tight. If you they use Kisi, that bypass road day, you they see how tight that road day. The Caterpillar still tight. The last time a man cut past, they see then they try for start the machine. But it's still there. Look the bridge. This has been abandoned. Look the Caterpillar Park. It's so normal. It's normalized that no one cares. Like nobody cares. Let's just do it. But anytime we get time, we go pull and day. But people and they will get job. The people who have job were responsible for them here. Look. This is a very busy junction. Main road. Look, I'm still packed there. We just left and no more. We not care. We don't care. Look the dirty there. We just don't care. But there are people, Mr. President, there are people that will give job. Look, you see what they do? They don't give somebody contract and send the contractor get this machine. From way back and they don't pass 6 months. Lawlessness, indiscipline, disregard for anything. No people and not expect people in life. No one know, not care. I don't care. That's it. That's who we are. Lord show now the Joy Hospital in frontage. I drive past there yesterday back. And it's still the same. Yesterday when they drive past, fire the bond they save, then the bond the dirty. Lord just show now the frontage. This is how it is still. Yesterday, up to yesterday afternoon. It was after 4 hours past actually. It was still the same. Same way. Still dirty the bond day. Before the hospital, this not before hospital. This is also Bomeo. Now before hospital, these are people and they go for medical. And they so. I they don't see the bone so. I don't turn dirty box before hospital. You know, this is who we are as a people. This is how we be. Before hospital, I they now hospital now don't turn dirty box so. Before hospital, not to any side. This is also Bomeo. Don't mix here for Bomeo. Now before Joy Hospital, this is how we've turned the place. Like no one cares. Nobody know they were responsible. You get Western area who are district council. The other time I get cash on talk about them plans they wouldn't get for this place. What's wrong for make landscape na this place? Put security there, make the clean and what's wrong with us as a people? What's wrong with we? Governance not seem they not tell like they work safe. They not tell like people and they will think say then get responsibility and role for play. You know? Look, now before hospital, I already brother go to it so before hospital, people and they pass here and they see and they not care. Yesterday when they pass us, meet see one guy like they go chin up for wet. We don't care. You know, we don't care. This now we the people in back they do, but there should be leadership. That is why you elect people. That is why you get leaders. That is why you get community leaders. That is why you get councillors there. What are you doing, community people? What are you doing to address this? Before hospital, this smoke all they go inside the hospital. These are people they go for go get well body. Don't show na savage streets, inside Freetown. No kind of Freetown, they can't go funky back. No come inside Freetown quickly. Or they can join a man some farmer very soon. No come inside Freetown quickly. This na old railway line, the bridge. SLR from where they go park then here, they wouldn't block the road. They say the road don't crack, the bridge don't crack, big motor cannot for pass there. Look where this brother is train for pass. You know, the thing that would normalize, I can imagine say, if not so the world day in other place then the world is very unfair. The world is a crazy place. The thing that we normal now, imagine this is a very busy road. From where salary say the road don't make this, they'll go put this. Motor car don't move this steel and put stay. People but this is how this bridge, if you drive past you see the bridge, this is how it is. This is not how it dirty. This is not Freetown not to apply. No mistake here for Bome or any side. This is Rice Railway Line going to St. John. This is Savage Street Bridge. Look the brady to it. Clean salon. And the to it this so. Right in front of our eyes. Now we see this. Now we they do all that here. Now they to it. People I know they pass, they see this kind of thing. They won't say, let's stop. Why are you doing this? They won't ask questions. But I am mosquito they come gonna we say make we picking them sick. And if we not take sanitation business seriously, we'll continue to get sick and we can't take care of ourselves. We'll die. Say sick malaria, no more go hospital, you don't die. Don't go funky quickly. The final video will take. Oh, this is Point Street, yes, we need to see this. This is Point Street. This is Samba Gota, so Samba Gota. And this. Inside, this is Freetown, no miss here for other side. This is inside Freetown. With city, with capital. This is Point Street, Samba Gota. Now you see so. I do the two-way tea, I do the dual thing with the people. Now we safe, not to other person. Not to alien, not to anybody they do this. Now we they do until we save. Logo funkia quickly. Logo funkia. Just show how they save day. Is
regarding Boku Doti, where it affects them livelihood, according to community residents. Sign on there for Tore Doti.
The community we can interview for Sona in Glavy River. Now sorry for say, now they will can sit down, now they will do everything. Now the patriots, everything how they do. And now the community is dirty because we never dust bill. And all this say we never dust bill, and they can pack all the dirty them. Excuse me for bad language, because if you know man when they use themselves, then they can come to the toilets. And they affect you. With the paper government, they talking at this about they can put big. Because with the woman them they can disgrace someone who want to use themselves, but they can take the put on they use themselves and grab it and go. It'll affect too big. The public toilet will get now, so it's small for we. Because the population are so boku toilet small for we. So the people about governments, they go to the hard work and help at this environment. They go can clean for them. Because the last time, people can clean also. But they can't clean, they can't do a short made time anymore. And cut on naked again. It would be big. Because the fish bear will say they get so if it's I will say if for decent. Other point they can buy, we say you're find community for buy fish.
For Truth Media, Mina Nafisa to Olainka din the report.
And they have from Funkia, they were fush they go buy fish and all thing, no get better toilets, they not clean. If they drive past by the road safe, you see the waiting up, you see down, you know. You see the dirty and everything. But that's it. That us as a people, that's not how places them day. That is how places them day. Places them how they live, places them how they do business, places them where people then they go and buy food and all. You know, if we not be intentional and be serious about how we want this place for day, then it continues to be how it is. It continues the same way. We get sick and we die. We not invest. We not take sanitation seriously. We don't. This is the Truth Morning Devotion on Truth FM 103.9 with the broadcast live from the studios na Ilcots na Freetown. We're on 103.9 FM. We're on Facebook and YouTube. Welcoming all reviewers and listeners them from across the country and across the world. They can talk to the Chief Administrator of the Freetown City Council, Raman Tom Farmer. You know, I get the mayor the other day. She said, you know, the work of the chief administrator, they affect council work, their issues, and also some councillors, they may get a press conference to say, they make some allegations against the chief administrator. They come ask him some questions and talk about the activities and work of council this morning. Take a quick break whilst they get guests for settle down at the studio. Continue for stay with me.
Now you go able to talk Boku for small couple and still win Boku in them. Subscribe to the Soba Kaiba bundle now. Just dial star 500 hash for subscribe. Choose your bundle and talk boku for small money. Yes, this is the cheapest voice bundle na salon today. The more you subscribe, the more chance you get for win. Brown new keke dem, motorbike, generator, and solar light. Dial star 500 hash and start for win.
We are joining the rest of the world to digitalize our processes, to streamline our processes, and to make them better for end users and even for us.
The digital card is traceable and secure. It further aligns itself with government's development agenda and especially with regards to labor management information system.
Our priority is a fair and efficient system that welcomes skills and investment whilst protecting national security.
The sheer bureaucracy, the sheer time required does not make many people interested in coming over here to register for either residence or work permit, as the case may be. But we are streamlining the processes in such a way that you can apply for your resident permit from wherever in the world you are.
Apply through our official channels and stay away from fraud.
A racist complaint to the local service commission, not the minister, the local service commission, we get the mandate for collaborating with the councils them on staffing issue. Wetin happen? The investigator issue, they come out with no reports. Mind you, it's an ad hoc transfer, not to the general transfer where they can do every 2 years according to the HR guidelines. If na the transfer they for do for every 2 years, wetin go happen? It for be this July, na this transfer for happen. But because na ad hoc transfer, when a staff them commit crime, when they do things wey get for do with corruption, and audits not coming, the audit the staff today, they were not exonerated. They find them one thing, they find them say, when they agree say they go pay back the money, the FO and the CA from Kailam, they agree say we go pay the money back. And the property them not able to see them in the investigation. So automatically when it happen, they not give reports to the chairman when let the complaint. They don't tell the chairman nothing. They don't give no feedback of the outcome of the reports. What's it happen? What's it play along the line? Now me bobo then we for protect them. No matter what, we for believe for manipulate the system. We believe for show interest. Say them bobo and bobo them. What did they do? The commission and the minister, again the mandate for say the minister is not an alleged because I witnessed all the criticism were called by local and the council and the local commission. So I know what the talk is the truth, not the facts. What's it happen? Then bring cabinet staff there say, for me they absorb them back into the system. Mind you, with no reports, when they tender to the complainant by the name of for undermine. You also decide for create a kiosk within a particular council then we say this will not agree because this is not right. You continue, you suspend a staff. You suspend the staff, then the chief administrator write a letter to the banks them say they're not for act to any checks when they come out from Freetown City Council signed by the FO. When not to the chief administrator a mandate, the law say if for implement the lawful decision of the council and you know the right to implement or write any letter because if the PFM smart law when the financial act they tell you say the mayor is the head of the entity. The remote controller act in collaboration with the head of entity in the PFM smart working for the financial aspect of it. What did the chief administrator do? He write to the banks them. He only write to the banks. He write say if the FO sign any document internally, he know they sign the documents there. He need a counter sign. And the mayor himself say with series of letter and also a complaint where I don't write a complaint. I outline all the complaints when the chief administrator they challenge the authority of the council, not only as an individual person as the mayor, the authority of the council. He the chief administrator is bound to change. Now it don't pass 2 years. The minister, why are they called the minister authoritatively? The minister minutes. So the commission say, let them all listen to the complaint of the mayor. The minister write letter to the mayor say, the mayor for respond to the concern of the chief administrator. Is that right? Is that not administration, people? That the right way for one administration.
That night press conference we cover with some of the councillors, and because some other councillors have been reached out to we and say they were actually not part of this, and we can forget the inside actually. But this night press conference will cover last week we councillors them when they talk about activities of council and allegations against the chief administrator Ramansom Farmer. And this preceded to where being at the mayor now we talk extensively about issues within the council, back and forth letters, the suspension of the finance officer, and all that. And it continuously mentioned the issues with the chief administrator. So this morning, I get Ramansom Farmer with me in the studios, we're the chief administrator of the Freetown City Council, for talk about council activities and also react to some of the allegations there. Good morning, sir, and welcome.
Good morning, Lamranda, and thank you for having me.
So you don't hear the clip there, and I'm sure you don't read the stories them around, you know. What's in your reaction to the allegations there? Are you the problem within council? Because like I say, even the mayor Naya don't mention issues them about working relationship, about how you know, their letters where they give you instruction, but they do otherwise.
Thank you very much, Lamarana, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. Normally, we administrators, we can find it very difficult for main radio or television, but when it comes now to the extent that you character on the line, I think the people of Freetown deserve for be able to know what that the fact. So Lamarana, let's start. Waiting bring me Freetown. How did I got to Freetown? I Freetown as a result of a deep-rooted conflict will be don't happen at Freetown City Council. In that conflict, they don't designate. There was no work going on at the time. So government they set a administrative inquiry report even before they come in 2023. And let me read just some paragraph of that report. I will left on your hand. The report draws attention to the fact that the FCC is largely dysfunctional because of deep-seated mistrust and division between council staff and the political heads, mayor and the councillors on the one hand, and among councillors, including mayor on the other hand. The establishment of the Mayor's Delivery Unit, MDU, which appears to be a parallel administrative structure, continues to further exacerbate the rift at the Freetown City Council. In compendium, the FCC is bereft of an effective functional management structure and sound financial management system as well. As a result, this has affected its ability to provide effective service delivery to the residents of Freetown municipality and has occasioned financial loss to the council in some instances. So this report government spent a lot of resources for put together a team of experts, administrative experts. I will just show you the names of the team members. Mr. David Sheku, which is distinguished retired civil servant. Dr. Carol Labor, advocate, educationist and consultant. Charles J. Silva, PhD, executive chairman, African Peer Review Mechanism. Mrs. Nene Dabo, distinguished retired civil servant. Aliu Vandi Kuruman, Esquire, State Council Laws Officers Department. Alimatu Yebi Abdullahi, distinguished civil servant and women's rights activist and president 50-50 group. Gladys Darling Hastings Spine, distinguished administrator and consultant, and Francis M. Fofana Kome, seasoned accountant, decentralization secretariat. So this was the team put together for me to investigate, waiting at the deep-rooted mistrust where they make Freetown City Council not function. So this report was out. A lot of resources were spent on this report. And if you look, I will leave this report in hand. If you look at there are recommendations in this report, and their recommendations we are geared towards solving the problem at FCC. So because of that, the former chief administrator, Mr. Festus Kali, government be taught and fit for make them transfer him na Western Area Rural District Council, because at the time, me na been a Western Area Rural District Council. So I can't have Freetown City Council to solve the existential problems. So Lamwana, when I got to Freetown City Council, there was deep-rooted division. We've had where, even within the administrative cadres, there have been divisions. This is the mayor in team, this is the CA in team. This is the deputy mayor in team, this is the mayor in team. How do you put that team together for ensure, say, we all work together with the mayor, our worship, for deliver services to the people? Because that was the reason why really I was sent to Freetown City Council. So first thing, how we harmonize. And Freetown City Council, we have a beautiful democracy, wherein we have 40 councillors, 22 APC councillors, and 18 SLPP councillors. That we should have, we were not able to take advantage of that democratic divide, so that we could be able to build on Nandi and move forward with the development of Freetown City Council. But then what happens? You see the report. The report, the state say there have been mistrust. These reports, I will tell you, when you go through them, you will realize the same issues where then find out is the same thing that is existing in Freetown City Council. And the thing is, the unfortunate thing is, you go see say the same crop of councillors where been there, where be not involved in then Tina the city. You have the same category, the same set of councillors. They are still second-term councillors in that place. So they have already the mentality of conflict. Me, I personally respect I have tremendous respect for her worship, the mayor. There's no doubt about it. She is my boss. You also get the leadership role to play for ensure say Freetown City Council is stabilized. You get a leadership role for play for ensure say everybody, every parties in that council are unified towards working, achieving the agenda. So that's what we don't do all this while.
What's in the problem? What's in bring come this
So
problem?
the problem is accountability.
For more than end, the councillors are accusing you. The mayors have they accuse you. Yes. No one be accountable.
So first of all, this spate of accusation is very unfortunate. I just see where they go through existential city council challenges in the field. And I think we should really focus our attention in addressing the existential problems in the conflict. But let me just take you through a few things. Number one, when you look at the report, one thing will come out as a major conflict is the setting up of a parallel administrative branch. The law, very clear, there's a council administration. If you establish a mayor's delivery unit, a separate unit. And that unit gives them administrative functions to perform. This unit, don't get me wrong, the Sierra Leoneans, them, we have over 40 to 50 employees. Some of them, how are they employed? Would I employ them? Nobody know.
But the mayor has clarified that they work on projects and they are paid by partners, development partners, and some of them now even them project they hire them for can work with the mayor. And the mayor's delivery units is part of governance system now. It seems some ministries then get minister then go call their young people and for implement their own project because they want to succeed.
Yes. I mean, nobody not against the establishment of the mayor's delivery unit. Nobody. But Lamrana, there is a local government act which established the local councils then. Was that provided in the local government act? No. More even say there is a need for a mayor's delivery unit. But we're not able to put the mechanism in place where in this unit can coexist with the broader council structure, with the broader council staff. If you had not get me wrong, we need expatriate, we need competent staff them for able to add value to the running of the council. Mm-hmm. But then that has to be done within a framework. We're not going able for create division. We're not going able for create divide. We're not going able for become a disincentive to the council staff them. Say yes, but how some of them, yes, they go through the recruitment process for which I was part of, but the majority did not go through a recruitment process. How are they recruited? I mean, a public institution, you did not forget. Mm-hmm. In public institution...
You don't ask the mayor this question for no? Yes, because she has explained, like I mentioned. Yeah. So you don't ask them for no, how were they recruited?
Yes, so Aukandi. So in a public institution, you just don't recruit. What about if you fambu they carry it?
But what if a development partner is funding a project, say then go do their own recruitment and hire their own person who can work with the mayor?
So that's where transparency comes. The process needs to be transparent. Me, as the chief administrator of Freetown City Council, I need to be aware of that process. I need to be aware, say, there's a development partner who wants to intervene in service delivery. So as a result of that, they are requiring for recruitment. Let me just, I will give you some of the projects that they talk about. Mm-hmm. Number one, if you look at, for example, these staff, competent, don't get me wrong, competent, my own idea was, let's integrate them. More we bring them come into the main council structure, so they sit together with the council staff them. One, for ensure, say, there's a knowledge is being shared, for ensure, say, whatever legacy of our worship the mayor she's going to leave for left behind, sustainability, those legacies can be sustained. By just sharing ideas, people be part of the project and all the rest of it. But if you have, for example, programs then, who speaks to donor partners? Nobody. Even me, I don't speak to them. You have people sitting down, talking to donor partners, and they know what is happening, they know project, they will come on, and there's no two ways about it. This will bring conflict if we're not able to get a better framework how it should be managed. You understand? How this don't affect the council's operation. So my relationship with mayor, I wrote an official letter to her worship the mayor regarding the mayor's delivery unit after several engagements. We've engaged, I don't engage and we'll go first, we agree, say, let's integrate. In fact, we agree, say, we are not going to call the mayor's delivery unit because that word itself. So if you say this is a mayor's delivery unit, what about the other staff then? Are they not delivering for the council? Are they not delivering for mayor? So that particular word self, you understand, it speaks to the fact, say, you understand, the other staff then cannot be able to deliver for the mayor. So basically we say, okay, let's call them the technical support team to the council structure. We agreed. We say, let's integrate them. Let's see, for example, if you get a urban planning expert, he can sit in the same office, for example, with the development and planning officer. They can coexist, they can exchange ideas, they can work on programs and project them, so that at the end of the day, sustainability can be achieved. You understand? So the problem here is the aspect of transparency and accountability. in how these projects are managed is questionable. I'll give you, for example, we get project where they call Global Meeting Hub. You understand? Where that project there is about $397,000. That project, they me sit down here as chief administrator. I don't know, I not get the project agreement. I don't know who are leading that particular project and all the rest of it. What happened? I mean, they can just call when I can't get meeting and all the rest of it. So maybe don't write mayor. I say, okay, mayor, can you kindly, in a more respectable way, can you kindly give me all the projects that are being implemented at the MDU level? Can you give me the MOU? Have MOUs be signed? Do we have contract agreement? Do we have partnership agreement? Who are running this project? May I get them? I've written those letters. There has been no response to it.
Which all the project them with the MDU they implement, you know, aware of them, they're known where you na signatory to or where you they supervise with the implementation. Is it that you're blanked? You don't know about what in the MDU they do?
No, I know about what in the MDU to do in some projects. I will give
the
you
project that where you now you sign on.
Yes,
where you're aware of.
We are aware of. I will give you, for example, I don't tell you say this Global Meeting Hall project. I've never seen the contract document, the project agreement, who is implementing it. You understand the idea of having a fiduciary body for implement that project there. You understand somebody to keep the project fund, while staff them under MDU they go on the feed they implement the project, a waste management project that nobody knows about it. I think it's questionable. The other one again, more look for example for the Blue Bag project. That project there is a $1 million project. We become just we design the project just at the time when we come. That project there is being part of the project about $120,000 to $130,000 is being implemented through the UNDP. So that is an administrative cost predominantly the waiting self, $130 something. What happens to the remaining large amount of project funds, which is over $800,000? What happens to that funds?
You're not aware of that?
No.
You're not involved in it?
I'm not involved in it.
But then one of the flagship projects of council, the planting of trees.
Well, I will come there. But on the project side, as I say, I'm part of the project when a UNDP they implement through UNDP. I'm aware of it. I mean, a signatory to the agreement. There's another part.
Which part of that were you aware of? So
the one they were now basically administrative cost, administratively related. You understand? The other part of the project, when over $800,000, where it's being implemented by delivery associate, I don't even know what they are doing. I don't get a contract agreement to it at all. But when we get the CBD regeneration project, we all don't participate in and fully. That project is a project, the city-to-city corporation, where the implementation is going on.
Who are the funding?
Zurich, the city of Zurich. You understand? That project, I have not seen the agreement between because UN Habitat they do that project. The UN Habitat subcontract part of it to Goal. I've never seen any agreement of that project as chief administrator. No agreement. I don't know whether the MOU they sign. I don't know what are the activities that are in that project.
When you take over as chief administrator on a council, you do stock take for understand within na the project them way, na donor funded, within na the project them way council they do through central government subvention. You take stock of within and within they happen, or you just were into this and do it clearly understand of what is happening.
So when I took over, most of them projects they have of the inception are the get to the meetings. But when it comes to now the contract signature, the implementation of this project there, that did the problem there. Part of those implementation, I don't rightly see like the UNDP, the contract that was signed with UNDP. I signed that contract there, about $117,000. I signed that contract. But what happened to the remaining contract? What did they happen to the maintain the global world maintain program? What's happened with the CBD regeneration? The CBD regeneration project, as I speak to you, I've not seen any agreement. I've not seen any MOU. You understand? And not forget, Lamwana, me as the custodian, I'm there as a chief administrator. At the end of the day, it's our responsibility for ensure projects that are implemented at FCC level, continuity day, their sustainability. So everybody at the broader level need for understand them together very well from the beginning to the ending. You know, so these are problems. But then you talk about the tree planting. Don't get me wrong. The issue of the tree planting is very challenging. We've seen emails. I will share some of the emails and deal with you. So, where they see even Her Worship the Mayor, they raise concern over the survivors of those trees. We don't see.
They're not private emails because publicly it's one of the flagship projects.
So private emails. Emails that really happen between institutions that I'm in copy. Women said we don't participate in them. So survival rates are very challenging. We not get a law in Sierra Leone or in Freetown where they protect trees. We don't get, we go today, they will go plant, they spend millions of dollars. At the end of the day, people they go cut the trees and we get issues with tree maintenance. We are not, the trees are not being maintained properly. But then when you look at the cost of implementing that project, it's huge. Millions of dollars have been spent on that project. But then one of my recommendations that I gave to Her Worship the Mayor in a letter where I write to her was, Mayor, we are spending a lot of resources on tree planting, and the survival rate is becoming very low. Can we see how we can able for get the donors and for attention to be diverted to existential municipal infrastructural projects? Lamrana, don't get me wrong. Go around and see the status of Freetown City Council municipal schools. Very deplorable. In fact, that, when you look at the Konguton school, we're not able to get control of that Konguton school because the community people themselves lost faith in the council. So I mean, if I say honorable go buy a bill pitch day and all the rest of it, at the end of the day we have problems. We have a good number of the community people supporting honorable. So we get schools, municipal schools that are in dire need of infrastructural rehabilitation. Look, we city Freetown. Assuming you didn't at the center of Freetown today, around the cotton tree, that you want to go yard, you want to go ease yourself. Where do you go? Where do you go? So these are things then that we are supposed to prioritize as well. We're not going to neglect them, but they need to be prioritized. Why would they try for see how we're able for pay attention to tree planting?
The mayor is a politician. She has agenda and manifesto. Waiting, they don't promise people. They may always put that out. Transform Freetown, where the expectation is, like you mentioned, in at the political head, right? And you need for work with waiting and programs and plans. This whole issue in a council, is it about politics? Is it about you not being answerable to the mayor and the ministry? They interfere. The mayor don't raise a lot of concerns about that.
Mayor, Lamrana, before I come to FCC, I don't work na Moyamba. I've worked in Bont. I don't come Puloko. But take, for example, Puloko. I came to Puloko under whose minister be there, Honorable Mayaka Kaina Binde. I was promoted during that time there. I worked in Puloko. And I will tell you, just do a small background of the achievement then, that I worked with the political leadership. Not forget, the Tawaguna Puloko. We have Ahmed Munir Fofana late, very seasoned administrator, and later we get IS Bangura who I work with. I went to Puloko in 2017 at the heat of electioneering process. So there was no politics. So you're not going to say, why we are there no conflict between myself and the political leadership in Puloko. Don't forget, Sienna, a densely opposition district down there, a council down there. I come now, What C, I supported the councillors. I supported the chairman, Kasho Holland J. Cole. The number of projects we will work on in Ward C are phenomenal. The number of involvement, in fact, what they come on Ward C, Kasho J. Holland Cole and a councillor them presented me with a certificate of appreciation. Say, you've worked so much. You understand? This is how we can appreciate you. I go there and see, ask civil society organizations in what see. Ask. Not that me and Cash will not be get disagreement, because every institution have disagreement, but we've always taken the interest of the broader people of Western Area District into priority. You understand? So we have been able to achieve so much together. So coming fast tracking, I don't tell you, say, the conflict in FCC not start with me. I don't show you administrative inquiry report.
Yeah, but the expectation is when you come, it will have been different. You and the mayor been getting travel, have been started well.
Absolutely, absolutely, it was different. But let me tell you, you have councillors. You understand? And may I tell you one of the report them, one of the issues that they raised. In this report, you will see, say, one of the findings, I say councillors appear to be deeply involved in the day-to-day running of the council's activities. Besides frequenting the new FCC administrative building on almost a daily basis, they meddle in council's administration by directing the CE and other staff to act on their behalf, on their orders, such as processing payment to contractors or beneficiaries. So this, don't forget, these were the findings. And Lamana, the same set of councillors, I have tremendous respect for them, but they are still there. If you check now, you text messages, you go see Akira to Maxwell Coker, the text, Tutu Bello go the text, Agnes Mara go text, Bompatri go text, Aisat Ali go text. You understand? These are people that seems to be benefiting from the conflict. These are people with the flair, the conflict. And as far as I'm concerned,
the conflict between you and the mayor?
The conflict within the council itself. You understand? So for me, the issue between myself and I worship the mayor, may I not call it conflict. These are challenges. Because I will tell you, there have not been a single day. I respect the mayor so much that there has not been a single day where you would say, I did talk to her with a loud voice. I've respected her for the mere fact, say, she is the sitting mayor of the municipality of Freetown City Council. I have tremendous respect for
between
her.
The mayor.
I also understand, say, the councillors, they are so very important for drive, because that's why they were voted in for.
Exactly, that's the point I want for us.
Yes.
These are elected officials.
Yes.
They won't forget for ensure, say, council function well and work for the interests of the people.
Yeah.
Is it about political resistance? Say, no, not all for give me directive.
No.
Between councillors and the mayor, and between the mayor, I should ask, and the ministry, who do you take directives from? Who are they
so the mayor supervises me. The mayor, 90 directly supervise me. But again, there have not been any instances where you go say, of course, the ministry gets overall supervisory responsibility over the management of local councils. You understand?
But that is what the mayor has been making allegation on, that there are interference. You know, you as the chief administrator, you've been given directives from the ministry, the commission, not listening to her.
Make them show one directive we don't come out from the ministry for work with an FCC. There is none. I will tell you for free.
What is the situation with the suspension of the finance officer?
So, okay, the Local Government Service Commission, I've been transferred. I don't list the councils the way they don't transfer me. Even when I sit on Sunaya, if today the legitimate authority, Local Government Service Commission, decides to transfer me, I will go. I have honored transfer from the day I joined local council system. I don't come up from Moyamba to Bond, from Bond to Puloko, from Puloko to Western Area District Council and to Freetown City Council. So when the finance officer was transferred, not only responsible for transfer finance officer, this is the prerogative and the legal function of the Local Government Service Commission. When they transferred the finance officer, the new finance officer when they transferred from Pujang came. My responsibility as head of administration, because these staff are under my direct supervision. Now, for ensure, say, I ensure a smooth transition, because nobody expects, say, anybody can resist transfer. So the new finance officer come. Before it come, I don't officially inform Her Worship the Mayor that the new finance officer is coming, and that we expect he will forget transition. But there have been problems between the mayor and the commission. You understand? Wherein mayor say, okay, the finance officer need to go no side. Don't forget, we don't start this from August last year, when the first transfer come out. We've been to the vice president. In his wisdom, he intervened, say, okay, you can't just transfer the finance officer. Let me give some time for me to go. So everybody understand. So at the time when that I don't work with the finance officer from that period in August, even when he was on transfer to December, end of December. We've worked. They send document them, he approves, he send it to me, even when I know he was transferred. So, but there has been conflict between mayor and the commission. We may say, no, agree for me the finance officer be transferred. Reason being, one, there is a budget preparatory process going on.
Exactly, yeah.
Two, we don't just the work on the new PFM smart system, and FCC is a piloted council. So these are some of the reasons that we advanced. So okay, we've gone from August to December. We don't go through all these processes here. The finance officer still reluctantly still in Freetown City Council. But because I don't want to make the daily activities be affected, you understand, I have continued signing documents with him. He has been in the council and so on and so forth. Then we got to the time where the Local Government Service Commission officially wrote and say if the finance officer not honor the transfer, they will suspend him as against the 31st of December. You understand? So the finance officer still was reluctant, because reluctant in the sense the new finance officer with the transfer came. Mayor call him, he said, no, I'm not going to accept you now. You understand? You're not going to come here and all the rest of it. Then, so when the finance officer who have refused transfer, he don't refuse for go on transfer, the commission get for suspend them. Effective 31st of December 2025. So he be not suspend them. Now, do I, as chief administrator, allow the finance officer to continue banking transactions, approval of checks, approval of payment vouchers, approval in the PFN Smart? No, I feel it's wrong. You understand? So it's wrong, because then it's a risk. It's a risk. There's an audit issue, but if ACC will come and tell you, say, no, you should not have done that, and have to pay all the money, then that transaction will not take place, because this finance officer has not stay suspended. But then, the Local Government Service Commission, they knew that service delivery should continue. They said, okay, we will suspend you, but make the accountant of the council make a set in, so that will not go affect the day-to-day running of the council. The accountant is a deputy to the finance officer, and the accountant is also an alternate signatory to the account, to all council account there. So even finance officer not there, and the accountant is stepping. You understand? So long before this, I officially again wrote to mayor to advise. I have advisory role to play to advise mayor. Mayor, more not left sit on this issue here. Take this council here to the stage where for take them. There have been a lot of problems. You understand? Can we allow the finance officer for me able to honor the rightful posting, so that the day-to-day, the administration is being disturbed? You understand? Mayor refuse. Even when I gave instruction to the accountant, I say, accountant, for make service delivery not be affected, come in, may begin the sign. Then Mr. Bar, when Mr. Bar issues, if it's going to be resolved, whatever position is going to last, you understand? Then we can able to deal with that. But because he has been suspended, I can no longer allow him, a suspended staff, for me begin the approved payment.
But in your own estimation, the main argument is, when I had that here, is the finance officer is a core staff. He's been trained on certain financial management procedures, and council there at a budget stage or what have you. Our statement was, the person where they come is under investigation somewhere else and being transferred. And she want this person, this finance officer, for complete this process somehow before somebody else go take over. As an administrator, you not think say that could be the right procedure as somebody where na the administrator of council and work with within the mayor they suggest as this na a very core staff?
Lamrana, I think there's a lot of misinformation. First of all, the first point of correction is the finance officer with the Komop Pujan was not under any investigations. The finance officer will be under investigations that they were carried down. So the finance officer was not under any investigations. Let me come. First, the reasons that were outlined. One, with the budget process. We concluded the budget process, also before December. Also, PFM Smart. PFM Smart, they have trained every finance officer of the 22 local councils on PFM Smart. Everyone. And when you look at internally at Freetown City Council, the accountant is being trained in PFM Smart. Apart from the accountant, we get more than 6 staff. We don't go all that PFM Smart training. Myself here, you understand, eh? I've been trained in PFM Smart. So I'm gonna genuinely between me to so as chief administrator, if there is any risk with regards to the movement of the finance officer, I should be able to say it. And don't forget, say these staff, then they directly under my supervision as chief administrator. Now me they do them performance assessment. You understand? Now me they monitor their work every day. They come and report. So if I have seen, if I don't before say there's going to be challenges. Mr. Sebwe also, I've been a finance officer for over 10 years in local councils. You understand? So I am trained enough to be able to determine, say, there's going to be problems. I'm trained enough. So for me, the excuses about, I'm sorry to say, I'm not here to dispute what Her Worship the Mayor may have said, but I don't feel, say, the excuses that are being given, the excuses and really we water. I will tell you, me, determining a finance officer at Moyamba District Council, I was among the 3 councils that went to understudy the PFM system in Kenya. I came back as finance officer at Moyamba. 3 councils, including Moyamba, they enrolled the PFM Smart to we. At the middle of the implementation of that pilot phase, I was transferred to Bond District Council. I went. So was the PFM Smart system, the Petra system affected? No, the Petra system was not affected. And me to go agree, say, the sustainability of an institution does not depend on one person. That's tough for that. If this policy has something happen today, do you want to say the council will not continue?
But there needs to be some amicable resolution to this. The council is the mayor is the political leader of the council. She has concerns. How do you sit and address this amicably? Say, we understand your concerns. We can get a smooth transition process of somebody else where they can.
So me no one talk on behalf of the local government service.
No, but you can advise as chief administrator.
I can advise, and I did. I will show you the letter was advisory memorandum.
What are you advise?
To our worship. Lamana, the interest of the greater service delivery in the municipality should supersede everything. If I have seen, say, a the finance officer, the current finance officer go, there's going to be risk in service delivery. There's going to be risk in accountability. I should have said so. Not forget, say, when audit comes, you understand, all audit issues in terms of, accounting for the fiduciary management of the council, you understand, I played a leading role there. You know, even Parliament, when we go to Parliament for go defend financial issues, I stand before Parliament because why I'm doing that, it's not because of everything, because I'm the vote controller of the institution. You understand? So I get fiduciary roles for play. So in the first instance, my own advice as the chief administrator and vote controller should have superseded, you understand, waiting they talk in terms of the finance officer. Because finance officer, whatever he does it under my supervision.
The issue at council, is it about control of resources? Is it about procedures? Is it about who that you take directives from? The issue between you and the mayor and other councillors, is it about resources? Is it about the money?
So the issue is about controls, internal controls.
Of resources? Largely about resources?
Not largely about resources.
Yeah, but the concerns are you always get for do with projects, money, so now
let me say it's about internal controls and accountability. I go deep further for me because they say, one of the allegations is I don't implement the decision of the council.
Mhm.
Lamana, when I came to Freetown City Council, I will show you some of the progress that have been achieved over the years. Their revenue, the revenue we they collect in 2022 was 27 million leones. In 2023, it went up to 38 million leones after during the electioneering process. I've moved that revenue from 38 million leones to 54 million leones in 2025. That's a big progress. And apart from that, we have implemented visible projects there. I will show you some of them. Number one, take the Wilberforce Market. When I came to Freetown City Council, the Wilberforce Market came to a standstill over 1 year. Nobody knew nothing about it. I have to work with the council for ensure to raise resources and put in additional 3 billion for conclude that Wilberforce Market Day. That's progress. When I came, 2023, 2024, you will agree with me, say, there have been a lot of huge and cry within the municipality about how cemeteries are being rooted. How did they go put dead body and grave them? How did they, people they take back them, bones them from the grave them? And I work with the council, so for ensure, say, one of the problems because there was lack of security. So we fenced Kisi Road Cemetery entirely. We fenced Ascension Town Cemetery entirely because those are the two prone places where they put dead body. And what happens? The incident of theft in those cemeteries don't reduce. Not that they are not happening, but it's not happening as it used to happen.
But this is something we're able to achieve collectively,
collectively, right? Yeah, you understand. Because basically, I'm bringing out this for me, say, there have been visible progress. And all of them projects that also was done with revenue that is being generated, own source revenue. Take the school with the Tower Hill Municipal School Fenso. That was revenue, visible revenue for own source revenue. And I will tell you, I will challenge anybody from 2018 to date. Now, under midterm, with the support, I'm saying this because maybe they achieve, not that I'm angry or now, but under midterm, we're able to spend more than between 7 to 8 billion leones for own source revenue for put and development project there. And all of those projects were successful. None of the way go say now White Elephant project. All of them were successful. We come, the councillors and say they came, they went to council, they took a resolution for me to increase the sitting fee. Their sitting fee is being increased from 1,000 city allowance from 1,750. They took a resolution for can go to 2.5 million. So they took a resolution. So we supported that resolution. You understand? And ensure say we pay them. And up to date, we've paid them consistently over the period. Where I can have a Freetown City Council, with me and me, because don't forget we almost come at the same time, during the second inning. What happens? We met a liability of salary for over 4 months. In fact, it has been a normal nomenclature. Then say September, October, November, December, they call it bar month. Bar month, then at that time, and the council not really able to get the ability for pay salaries of staff there. With salary scale, we are spending over 1.2 billion on salary. As I speak to you, so the idea of the bar month have been taken backwards because we now ensure say we pay our salary on a monthly basis. We know they go again for go take overdraft. Freetown City Council, we've proven it together that we can be able to pay salaries consistently over the period of time.
One policy we don't challenge you, Paddy, councillors them. In a letter on 7th November 2025, Councillor Zainab Conte, we are the chief councillor. He write this letter. It says subject concerns regarding intimidation and victimization of a female councillor in her official capacity as chief councillor of Freetown City Council. There is a lot of concerns concerning an interview we've been doing at 98.1. He said he referred to him as ignorant and all of that. How is it that apart from the mayor, you also have issues with the other councillors, and to a point that all of them most of them therefore call a press conference and make allegations against you?
So, Lamona, in the first instance, Freetown City Council forbid a council where they abide by the rule of law. I mean, we forbid the pace setters them. When the council then take a decision on the chief councillor, the position of the chief councillor. For me, initially, I thought is there for able for solve their welfare issues then, whether they go heap osusu among them, how if somebody sick, how them go with it. So that's what the thought that I have. You understand? We know say it's clear. The Local Government Act or no other act not the way make provision for the chief councillor. So me not be get problem with that position there of chief councillor, not until we got to the point. Now we have worship the mayor, like we they travel and the deputy mayor they travel. Then you see the chief councillor, using the word the chief councillor, should now act as a councillor. As a mayor. Lamana, when you act as a mayor, you have fiduciary responsibilities. It means you approve payment vouchers. It means you sign checks. It means you even financial statement is being signed because you're acting in that capacity. If the law not provide, say, there should be a chief councillor that will be given fiduciary responsibility, mandate for perform, I think that's a red flag. So for me, I officially wrote to her worship the mayor. I said, Mayor, I'm not too comfortable with this issue. You have the right. The council don't take decision, yes. Say this person is the chief councillor. I've said nothing over the period. But when it don't come out to the situation we are in, there have been fiduciary implications, signing checks, approving payment vouchers, and all the rest of it.
But isn't she approved by council? No council not vote and approve or say, okay, we give them responsibility, we able show say, yeah, she's been given fiduciary responsibilities.
So Lamgana, the council, not all decisions of the council are lawful decisions.
But these are elected officials. If they meet and agree, say, if the mayor not the deputy, not this person for sign off on we have that's terrible in any investigation.
So Lamana, more say the council give me an authorization, say, Raman, go take 1, 2, 3 people, more go rob Bank of Sierra Leone. Is that a legal?
No, but that is not that's
no. I'm just saying
equated.
So basically,
if the mayor not the deputy, not the council activity for they stand still.
So Lamana, the law, the Local Government Act is clear. First of all, let's understand. For me, I don't tell you say I had no problem when they said this is a chief councillor. No problem. You understand? And I tell you say when it came to the point now we having fiduciary responsibility, sign check, sign this, it's a problem. And you know what I did? I advised the mayor. I'll give you a letter. I wrote an official letter advising the mayor, say, Mayor, this is a risk. You know, I don't already write letters to the laws officers department and legal firm for me able to interpret this one. So this is a risk owner for the take. Don't forget, say, I get advisory rules for play to the mayor. Then underneath my letter to her, I include say, however, if you feel say I should go ahead for allow Councillor Zaina for the signed bank document and blah blah blah, you understand? Can you please authorize me officially? And she did. And all the vouchers and the payment they always come, you understand? Because in the mayor don't have worship the mayor, don't take the ownership. Now say this, if anything happen, I mean go be accountable. I did. I allow her to sign. You understand? But they sign with her. The documents are there. So again, with the issue again about, first of all, don't forget, say, not to all discussions in the council meeting, you understand, get the legal backing, say this is a lawful council decision. A lawful council decision, the Local Government Act is very clear. Every decision of a council should be voted for.
And if they vote, can't they regulate themselves?
So, every decision of a council should be voted for. For this one, I don't tell you, say, is subjected to the interpretation of the law. But what I know is that the Local Government Act not make any provision. And some of them things also have led to some of the conflict them in the council. Make I just come again. We get a situation where, take for example, King Tom Dome site. The idea of having investors to come and invest in King Tom Dome site so that we will minimize the cost of clearing was excellent. They took, the only time I know, say, they have negotiated with a Lebanese investors. Now the time when they carry the resolution from the climate change committee for go put on at the council for approval. And that resolution was very a bit contentious, in the sense when they took vote on it, what happens? I mean, the one party SLPP councillors, then they stay. They say they are not going to vote on it because they don't understand that. Lamwana, the procedure. How can you go into an agreement? Me, as the chief administrator of the council, I get fiduciary responsibility, administrative rules for play, without nobody not able for come to me attention.
It seems.
May I just consider? I will give more context.
Yeah, there are a lot of issues, but it seems council is in some administrative problem. Yourself, the councillors, the mayor can't unable work together. How is that affecting service delivery? What's in the state of the Freetown City Council presently? The councillor they say they sign check, they sign certain things and forget the council functioning.
So Lamwana, I've explained this to you. I don't sign document them. I don't see any sign check. I don't see any sign payment voucher. I've said, can we allow the accountant to step in for a suspended officer so that service delivery will continue? You understand? The finance officer stands suspended. You understand? That is wrong. For me, administratively and procedurally wrong. For me, may I continue for co-sign, fiduciary document them with a suspended finance officer.
So council is on a standstill.
We have an alternative. The alternative was the accountant with it is also a signatory to the account. You understand? So even when the finance officer goes on leave or a travel, the accountants have always stepped in for ensure service continuation of service delivery. So I advise you why, even when the Local Government Service Commission sent the suspension letter, you understand? I advise you, let the accountant, for more will not get breakdown in service delivery, let the accountant come and step in. You understand? But they refuse. They say, no, the accountant is stepping. You understand? So I get the responsibility for ensure, you understand, the management of the resources is being conducted within the confines of the law.
So council is on a standstill presently.
Well, I will not say because, services...
But you're not signing vouchers
so services are going on, but it's being scaled down to an extent. You understand? Because of the finance officer, he's still in the office. He comes to office every day.
And you don't go sign voucher or whatever financial issue?
Because he's suspended.
So council is on a standstill?
Well,
to some extent.
To some extent, yes.
Activities. What are their programs and activities that were affected?
So basically, number one, waste management could be affected simply because, for example, you have to pay fuel for waste management, for sanitation fleet. You get for pay sanitation workers then. You get for pay, how can I call it, maintenance, repairs and maintenance for sanitation. Because sanitation is the biggest volume of activities that we have. You understand? For me, Lamona, today they say made the accountant sign until they resolve the finance officer issue. I'm going to sign.
So until then,
because I'm not getting no liability at the end of the day. But the fundamental issue here is if the finance officer is being suspended, it's being transferred, then he has refused for go on transfer. Then he's been suspended as a result of his refusal. He still continues to come to the office with the instruction of our worship the mayor. For me, do I have to continue co-signing fiduciary document them with the finance officer when we have an alternative? So me, I've advised, you understand, say, being that the finance officer they get an issue that has not been yet resolved, there's controversy between the Local Government Service Commission, can we have the accountant who has been an alternate signatory to all council accounts for in just to ensure that the continuation of service delivery becomes uninterrupted.
So who takes responsibility at this point? If you don't sign documents for clean the city and all that, the city will continue for Vidoti. If you not sign vouchers and all that, who therefore take responsibility? Should Freetonians hold on all accountable for the situation?
So Lamgana, make a come again into this. The standstill is not only as a result of signing document them. I'll tell you, even if now they input anything into the PFM smart system, it's not going to be approved because the budget of the council is yet to be uploaded into the PFM smart system. So in other words, we're not able to submit budget it to the Ministry of Finance and the Public Financial Management Division for when they upload that into the PFM Smart. Why? Simply because the finance officer have held on the budget, have held on the approved budget. I don't ask us every time. I've written an official letter.
So it seems. So it seems there is a fundamental and big issue with Freetonians and need for aware about that. Council is not functioning properly because of them personal problem they have. It's individuals, egos, and personal issues.
So Lamana, the issue here is, I would say, there should be a political leadership in the circumstances we'll get now. So I've said, rightfully, we have alternative solutions to this problem. For me, if we can allow the accountant to sign, we don't get any problem. Other than, because the side the standstill there is that our worship, the mayor, is saying there is no way with the finance officer not the signed document there.
Is this going to end soon? Is this going to end soon?
Well, for me, I mean, I've officially written to the Ministry of Local Government, and I don't call the attention of a lot of stakeholders for Bryan Council to their attention, even before they run into crisis. I will show you the correspondence.
So Council is on a crisis presently?
Yes. Because basically, I mean, if there are some services that cannot be financed at this moment, then there is a problem.
Who are for all accountable? Who are Freetonians and for all accountable for that?
I think say that the leadership.
You yourself are part of the leadership,
yeah.
Right? So for all accountable, responsible for the crisis.
So for me, I don't tell you the steps and where I don't take. And the steps and where I don't take. So not forget, say all what we do, Lamana, we are being guided by the rule of law. You don't want to do something where they're against the law. And the law is it's being enacted by the people of this country.
Who are you accountable to? Who are you responsible to? Is it who are you answerable to?
So I'm accountable to the council, the general council body as provided by the law. You understand it? But then I report to the mayor, her worship. That's my reporting lines. And not forget, in one of my functions as chief administrator, it's clearly written, that I should implement the lawful decision of the council.
Okay.
Lamana, I have no issue. I mean, waiting upon a council, you understand, is we should condemn it in all its forms. It affects me. It affects the greater people then, you understand? But let us understand, say, we have to be respecter of the rule of law. Mm-hmm. Finance officer being suspended. We say no. We say, okay, for the continuation of services within the municipality, you understand? Can we have the accountant for sign whilst we wait for this issue resolved? Because if he is being suspended, it also means, say, he not get the legitimacy for me able for sign fiduciary document then. If tomorrow, for example, ACC want to investigate and come to say, see, why, this staff is suspended, you understand? Why we not continue for sign? These transactions are illegal.
We need for one. We other guests there already. Marcella there. Quickly, I just want to ask some of them questions there. Well, I'm going to take a few questions. This one, they say, can he respond about the 400,000 Japanese government vehicle? And also, on to some questions them and comments them. This other one say, why has he not responded to not approve the Congo Town community self-funded proposal to rehabilitate the school? Another one say, why has council not responded to the right to access information issue? This other one say, what about council's functions that have nothing to do with finances, both of the Congo Town issue and other issues? The CA should find reason to work with the mayor and councillors. Otherwise, this is at the detriment of us Freetonians. Politics is everywhere. I'll run through some of them comments and and you go just respond as we try for can get to other guys.
So Lamana, the issue of the vehicle. First of all, when I came to Freetown City Council in 2023, you understand, they began low bed. The low bed is a long vehicle we be parked. Initially, they told me before they come, it be parked na the King Tom Tom side. Later, they took it to some point at Lacor Road. And not meet a functional low bell. They not be the user. It be parked because we not been get a suitable place for parking. That low bell they left another place there. Later, I understand say the low bell don't lost. You understand? So what did I do as administrator? Immediately, because I see a SLRSA, now they don't come to the low bell and can go to an unknown location. You know, so we put together a team for identify who side and can go to the bell. We not get them. I wrote an official letter to the Director General SLRSA, informing him that when a team don't go to Willowbell, and we are not seeing the Lobel again. Can you respond to that? I have not received a single letter from the Director General SLRSA.
Public property.
So let me come. So from there, I don't write official. I've written an official letter to the head of criminal investigation, CID, asking them that this issue requires an urgent investigation. They don't start to conduct the investigation. We have a team that is monitoring that investigation, led by CSP, as the CSP that was attached to Freetown City Council. Because of experience in investigation, say, okay, you and some Metro Police are liaise with the CID for able to. They did a lot of arrests. One possible arrest at the possibility at the works yard. Of course, you will know, because if he is the mechanic and a vehicle of that nature don't lost, he should be arrested. So they arrest some staff then at SLRSA. They are being under police investigation. Recently, the head of the CSP attached to we, he wrote an official report for tell we say they have done some arrests. Some people they don't put them under bail, and one person they will be on the run that the police is currently looking for. You understand? So my duty.
So na council motokana in lawsuit.
My duty. Mr. Belongo, the CID, the team. Let me conclude. There's a team, you understand, and when they follow up with CID every now and then, you understand, for know the status of the investigation.
But I don't know side the vehicle. They
don't see one part of the vehicle. You are the vehicle at the head, they don't see it. You understand? So CID is investigating it. So for me, as chief administrator, all the necessary steps that are required. As I tell you, say this is not a vehicle that I met in service. I not meet at the work at all. They say don't park on somewhere. You understand? I ensure I talk to the engineering department for.
When you say low bed now, which kind vehicle?
That is a long vehicle where they transport then front end loaders and we get the iron trail. Iron rails under.
Okay.
Because the iron rails, if you walk on the main highway, they point the street.
So now the whole motor can in lawsuit.
The whole motor can in lawsuit.
Allahu Akbar. Anyway, finally, we need for a round up. We get with other guests. On the issue of Congo Tong, somebody been they ask about Congo Tong as well.
So what's happened, Congo Tong? The team came. We gave them the authorization for me to go ahead. You understand? For do the repairs there. We have an officer. We now they act as education officer. We've given he has the mandate for liaise with the Congo Tong people them for able ensure they're able for continue whatever rehabilitation that they require to be done at the school there. We don't get meeting. The minutes of that meeting is there. We don't give them clear provision say go ahead and do the rehabilitation.
Who owns the school?
Municipal school, Freetown City Council.
But what's in the agreement with the honorable, the MP will build the space?
Well, Lamana is a controversial issue. And clearly that school belongs to Freetown City Council. If you look at the document then, but you know it's a municipal school. So the virtue of the municipal school, it belongs to Freetown City Council. So there is
somebody want to go build anything there. He need forget clearance from
so yes, he need forget clearance from we, but he did not do it. You understand? We've done community engagement. The honorable will not get any business occupying that place because that place belongs to Freetown City Council. But then you don't take the laws into your hands. We don't take the issue in a court. You understand? We don't ask the court for many give the place injunction. You know, so that because when you look at how they build that place, they became not get access to the field. Pass and open the gate here and there. They don't have access to it. So it's being subjected to the law. What we can do is we don't ensure say we legal farm Gabanko They are currently leading the legal process.
Finally, Raman, is there an end to the crisis in council?
Lamrana, we don't have alternate, not even option. There should be an end. For me, this crisis has gone for far too long, and the people of Freetown are being deprived. I will tell you, we need for there should be we all as leadership level. We need for go to the drawing board and sit down and try to address this issue as quickly as possible. We don't have time because service delivery in the municipality for be with premium. I mean, me not a personal ego. I don't tell you since we didn't transfer the finance officer from August, to December, even when he was transferred, me and they signed checks together. He was allowed to do all fiduciary function in the kind of office. But when we got to the point that he's now being suspended, it's a risk.
Okay.
It's a risk.
Well, thank you so much, Raman Tom Farmer, the Chief Administrator of the Freetown City Council. Thanks for your time, for clarifying some of the issues there. Freetonians and Yeri and all listen you inside. And but I think we are the victims. We are the victims here, the people. Freetonians they need to understand, say, according to the Chief Administrator, the Freetown City Council is in a crisis. Service delivery is being affected due to some disagreements between the Chief Administrator, the Mayor, and other councillors. So we hope this can be addressed and Freetown activities and programs can go as planned, because we just can't sit and watch things happen this way, because in every disagreement there should be an area outside we all go agree for the benefit of we all in this city. The state of city, they so there are a lot of things they all need for address. But we'll take a quick break. We can talk to Marcella Sambasise quickly. As today Parliament they start the pre-legislative hearing of the 2025 Amendment Bill of the 1991 Constitution. Continue for stay with we. This is the Truth Morning Devotion.
Me family them. Yes, sir. Inside this country we get different political party them. But we know. And they all get the aims and the objectives. Some na for can fight for the power, ruling and opposition. Some na for the run after power, that's a third force. And some them na for support to that they na power. And when you want for enjoy them, just tune your radio. You go hear the drama. We man them the grammar. Na FM salon I keep in a party, me say every day. Radio station. For all the politicians, me say right down day. The party keep well. The party keep jam. The talking plenty and the shocking one. So argument. Ruling party keep day. Opposition themselves keep day. I tell you. Third force keep day. Fufuzela themselves keep day. This now we party. Political party. For all the politicians, me say right down there. Because I want to make them know. Now politics don't put me here. Ruling party. Now politics don't put me here. Opposition. Now politics don't put me here. Now politics don't put me here. Vuvuzela. Now politics don't put me here. Balance kete mude. Now politics don't put me here.
Politics not for put we bien, politics for push we go before. Then issues they are where they happen. So we've often way and address them, because if money not there, vouchers they are not signed for clean Freetown, continue for the like I was so presently, then it's a problem, I just think say we all for be worried and concerned for the Chief Administrator say Freetown City Council is in a crisis. It's worrying, it's concerning. Hope the authorities, the local government commission or the ministry go play their role for address the problem there. I think Parliament have gets oversight role. They can intervene and address the situation there, just so that we not continue for see how service delivery is being affected. Good morning once more and welcome. I get the pleasure for welcome at the studios this morning, Marcella Sambasise, and Cabinet Talk this morning. So if we talk about elections, reform, and how we electoral process don't transition from one democratically elected government to another, from party with the opposition for kind of power. There's not a person you go on for talk to other than Marcella. We don't get the experience here locally, internationally, and don't represent we na the global stage. So good morning, Marcella, and welcome. It is a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much for having me, Lamrana. You know why I had a laugh? I say he succeeded in dragging me to the studio.
I know.
But I'm so happy to be here, and I love what I'm seeing.
Thank you.
Congratulations on this great feat.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the support behind the scene and over the years, you know. And I like you said, I've been saying we need to voice it now, you know. We just can't, especially at this time, you know. We need people and we get the experience. We don't see things way up and way wrong with the electoral process, with democracy and governance. We don't recommend things away for be done rightly up to this moment. But thank you so much for honoring. I think after I don't know when last.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's been long.
Quite a while.
So, well, welcome. But how has it been? You know, I know it's in individual like you and people that work for the National Elections Watch went to after the 2023 elections. It was tough that you get for say what you believe in, make recommendations them. And I can tell people and say, I can still remember after 2018 how the announcement were on new make na Brookfield Hotel about the possibility of a runoff, how the ruling government then reacts to how you were abused in some sector, threatened and all of that. And the changes of that in 2023, you've seen it all. But how has it been, you know, from that process after that election, the two Usai, we democracy and governance the presently? What's in your assessment?
I mean, one of the things the one for make fumble they know. You see, we own democracy in a salon. Well, unfortunately, we not get them on a silver platter. In fact, when people hear with stories of resilience, you know, especially in the sub-region, they say, okay, probably now we not take with democracy seriously as Sierra Leoneans, you know. I've been in the front line forever. I've been in the front line for the last 30 years. Just a couple of days ago, we just been the recall what happened, you know. I mean, during the civil conflicts, during Remembrance Week, and one of the things there was on that morning of May 8, 2000, then I was the vice president in charge of the student union in Fabi College. Me role na be mobilization. Mobilize students there for go run down with all the other civil society, I mean with all that students them and other professional bodies for go march now for this and 30 of we compatriots they laid their life that day. May their soul rest in peace.
Amen.
I mean, so we've come a long way. I've always been in the front line, and democracy presupposes action. It presupposes citizens' participation. We don't get resistance here and there, but does that mean, you know, we for relent? No, we shouldn't. I have been away from the civic space because I'm doing some personal development. No, but definitely right now, I mean, it's high time. When it comes to democracy, citizens' participation and election, you know, say we definitely get for take center stage because that's what we do at Campaign for Good Governance. And more importantly, that's what we do at national elections.
Like you said, you've been in the civic space, you don't see the transition of one government to another, and they'll make several recommendations about electoral reforms. You know, between 2018 to 2023, you think, say, intentionally, with democracy, don't try for imbibe some of the recommendations and don't they carry it for change how we see elections and how we will move away from the confusion and things the way they happen during elections?
Okay, so, I mean, the progress we make with the tripartite committee in terms of the recommendation, the way they put forward, I must say, some of those recommendations we are really welcoming. The 80 recommendations from the tripartite, it actually states some of the things, major things the world don't they say as elections observation groups and elections management bodies, where people then don't they talk everybody within the elections based on the talk over the years, they restate them. But you see, the only problem right now, we don't come full circle.
Yeah.
We don't, that conversation, they don't start. It was a conversation, a tripartite conversation between the two lead parties then at the country and the international community, with minimal participation from civic groups and citizens. But then in the final analysis, we don't come back for debates the very issues. You see, so one of the things the very first thing we want for put forward this morning, we get for try as a country for build consensus. For build consensus so that irrespective of who side you sit on, today you go sit on our ruling party, today you go sit on our opposition, today you go sit on our civil society, but the positions the way we dey fluid, it can change. You can be ruling party today, but next term you go dey opposition. So whatever processes you dey make for democracy, it will be such that any side where you sit on at the table, it will able benefit you. Then as much as a number of things don't be done, a lot more needs to be done.
The issue of participatory democracy and civic engagement is very important. We don't move to a point to say from former President Kabame, so rest in peace, to former President Koma, to President Bio, with reforms, not only in the constitution, but things that we get for do with elections. We have an opportunity now. And you mentioned the 80 recommendations. How inclusive and participatory you think it has been? Because one of the complaints is that civil society, institutional electoral, how they deal with elections, were left out. Part of it. Then you think it affects the whole process in building trust in the reforms?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things, and that's why I talked about consensus. One value where democracy gets, it's so unfortunate that people want for participate in democracy, but they not want for carry the principles where democracy they espouse. For let you able for participate in a democratic political system, if for carry waiting and call the democratic culture. You know what in culture mean? Culture for be seen in the way you dress. So for example, I say this na the Creole culture, you go see I wear me print and tie made. This na the Fulani culture, you go see I wear the gown, and I mean beautiful gown, laden with different patterns and head ties and all of that. That's the culture. It can be depicted in even the language, the discourse, the narrative. So a lot of people they want for participating in a democracy, but they don't want for be part and parcel of the democratic culture. Democratic culture presupposes first and foremost citizens' participation. You get to make all man day inside. Even the people the way like. You also get to ensure inclusion. It means say inclusion and participation not to the same. Participation na broad based, but inclusion you get to make specific people them. Woman them. Persons with disability, people that will get knowledge in certain area, different shades of opinion, people that were traditionally marginalized. You get to make special efforts for bring them people then they can inside the platform. The most important one also, now what we call the rule of law. The rule of law paramount. The rule of law in a democracy, now both the engine and the fuel. Without the rule of law, it's like when you buy brand new motor car, then you don't get budget line, for maintenance and fuel. The motor car they wreck, irrespective of how beautiful it be. So democracy and in principles, they're all encompassing. And also it take into account fairness, transparency, and accountability. So democracy, elections, and good governance, then they go hand in hand. Then three concepts, then they intertwine.
You add two very important institutions in this country. Campaign for good governance, get Zainab Bangwana the other day and talk about the role where civil society don't play from then term then did to now, and the National Elections Watch. In this process of constitutional or electoral reforms with the tripartite committee recommendations, is it that it was left between just two political parties negotiating, or it was inclusive and participatory as you mentioned?
At some point, efforts don't be made for include other people involved. For the most part, it has been a two-way street between the ruling SLPP and the opposition APC.
And what's the problem with that? Where a national process like this, so recommendations, evolve now to constitutional amendment, where now everybody seems very concerned. What's the challenge with that, where national documents are left in the hands of political players?
So in reality, we don't find out, say, this conversation with immediate effects, right? We for move and come out. That's my first recommendation. We for move and come out, now then two parties they are student domain. You are making a constitution for the future. In fact, I want for now we start this conversation by laying the analytical framework. 4 parameters. Now we get for watch how we they make the constitution. And we don't start the conversation very well. You don't say democracy. We don't understand what's in a democracy. The reason why we want to do this constitution now because we want for solidify with democracy. We want for let with democracy get shrink. We don't want a democracy where shaky, where in actual fact it will be undermined. So we want a constitutional system and process and an outcome, the final analysis. This amendment to our oldest draft, it get for translate into part of the constitutional building process, the final outcome for be such that it is solidify with democracy. The second one, you see, whenever you do constitution, you get to know the context reality. What's in our unique circumstance? What did they affect we? So for we, with democracy intertwined with peace building, the peace is fundamental to anything we would do. Peace and national cohesion. In fact, all this what they do is stem from 2 processes, major processes where don't happen. The first one now the civil conflict, where the Truth and Reconciliation Commission outlines say the 1991 constitution or parent enough, mama enough, papa enough for carry with democracy. So let we look at our review. I mean that process they be don't start from Peter Tucker term. Say it can to an extensive consultation during the current term, and then right now they get the constitutional amendment. So the second one comes out from the tripartite committee. After the elections in 2023, we all know what happened. The 2 political parties and the international community came together in a 3-way arrangement, now in a tripartite, and say, let we agree waiting will be the pathway for democratic and electoral reforms, so they may get the agreement of national unity. So you see, all this bordered around peace building, national cohesion. We then make constitution for the third reason, in we own context for waiting I will call we collective future. And now this have been try for do the analysis about we national identity and the fluidity of we roles. Today, somebody could be a professional banker. Tomorrow, then go appoint her for being Minister of Finance. In any of their role, then they will it if for able to see the constitution as one way they help them. Today, somebody could be member of the ruling party. Tomorrow, it could then an opposition. The roles then fluid. You see, we don't tire for see politicians and they do things the way wrong. Then they make bad laws. Then when they go in opposition, then begin cry to we. They lost, then they begin affect them. In fact, sometimes they, because we are human rights people, the way then they cry, we can sorry for them. And in the process, so we don't tire for soon when they cry. So una sidola we make law where any side of the table, the fluidity of rules, the any side where you sit down, you know say you have made law for we collective future as Sierra Leoneans. Constitution not to see where they touch every day. We they make out for generations yet unborn, so that this constitution will be able to stand the test of time. I also want to look at this because of the current geopolitics and the global order. And while we look at the constitution making from waiting the happen now, the global order is such that multilateral governance, don't they win? Every country they think about itself now and looking inwards. So there's a world of instability and uncertainty. The global rules and the global dynamics, they change every now and then. Within that kind of circumstances, every country get for be serious enough, look inward and shape in your political and social and economic processes so that it go able for make internal political systems and processes stronger. So within them four perspective there, so now they na so me go analyze how we dey watch this constitution and look at the various amendments them where the office of the attorney general don't put forward and analyze them based on them four parameters.
Well, they can analyze the section them, but what thing I want to ask, is there a missing link in, or I could say, what thing could be the role of citizens and civil society in the areas here we do highlight? Because it is very important not for allow politicians and for just do constitution having themselves in their mind, whether it's how to protect power or how to come to power. But waiting for be the fundamental role, the AGY gets an I say then do consultation right across, and then satisfied with the consultation. Some of the things that will come up from the consultation, then are the documents. Now some of them propose. But waiting for be the role of the citizens and civil society, the media, in the issues there we do highlight. So.
The role is, is straightforward. It's participation and engagement, But again, citizens, they're not able to participate and engage if they not get educated in most of them here. I see a number of people then they say, we not understand what's in the happen. When I tell you exactly, in fact, that's what moved me to the studio this morning, because I feel compelled for come and talk about these things, because a number of people are like, we don't know what is happening, and we want for exactly understand waiting this amendment process debate, waiting do na election no more focus on. There are so many questions we need for be clarified, and that make even the government and parliament they not for rush this process. They not for rush them at all, and because you are making a constitution for the people. Lamwan, I want for do this very clearly. I want for encourage the leaders then for understand say in politics there is something that you call legality, we border around the law, and there is an other that you call legitimacy. Legality na the law, waiting na the law, but not to all waiting legal, legitimate. Apartheid be legal, but people no accept them. No go make any law where people no accept. Make the law so that people go accept them. The law you go make them fast, you pass them quick, you put them at the law books, but you make them for yourself. People would not identify with what you don't put. And then they begin problem in a democratic system. So there's a difference between legality and legitimacy. So when you dey push for laws, make sure say you carry the people, let them understand and let them know the purpose of which they make the law. Not make law because you feel say you sit on a vantage point and you want for strength in that vantage point. As I don't say, we roles them fluid, and in the final analysis it will affect you. So citizens need for know, and citizens need for come on board and then get for participate actively, for let it be a national constitution building process.
So we can look at the amendment bill now. In July 2025, a coalition of civil and non-governmental organizations been issued a position paper with a civil society position on the preferred electoral system for Sierra Leone. When I don't see this document, what's in a new imposition with some of the issues there. The first pass, the PR system, there is issue of independent candidates, the percentage changes of who that go win for announce a president. What's in our position on this proposed bill, where the conversation on them for start still in a parliament?
Okay. Thank you so much. So I think let's start from, let us not just go to proportional representation. Let citizens understand better. This particular proposed amendment to the national constitution, when at the 1991 constitution, from then this amendment gets 21 sections. In fact, this is the biggest document so far wey don be put forward as a proposal in the constitutional review process will go before parliament after the civil conflict. And all who that do I go acknowledge all who that do input into this document. However, major concerns then did. Major concerns we need attention. So first and foremost, the first point, you know, say we've been they talk about the for election purposes, for let you get elections where they free, fair, and transparent. It even starts with the appointment of the commissioner.
Yeah.
From the CEC, the Chief Electoral Commission, to all the other commissioners them. And so, the proposal puts forward in this amendment where go amend section 32 of the 1991 Constitution is say, I'm not talking English, let's talk. So we got a search committee where go look for who that. A search and nomination committee where go look for who that could be the Chief Electoral Commissioner and all the other commissioners them. But this search committee, you know, it's a fine proposal because we don't say let we get accountability and transparency. But this search committee go be appointed by the president. So now, the way for look at this document, now that in all of this, if Fumble be they listen me, I say we want for change this constitution because the Truth and Reconciliation Commission report say this 1991 constitution not strong enough for carry with democracy. The second one, the tripartite meet after 2023, they say a lot of things they go wrong with elections. Let we do electoral reform. So when the approach to the methodology towards this is, when you hold this document, you read them, it say appoint a search and nomination committee that say it will be appointed by the president. What's in been the problem with this particular provision for address? The provision for address waiting and call over concentration of executive powers.
Are giving the president too much powers.
Supreme executive authority. You know, we have our hegemony in Sierra Leone. We get a lot of political power concentrated in our hand. And that one taking affects democracy. And so, if not that problem they would try for solve, then this particular provision in the proposed amendment not solve nothing. It restates the problem back. Because it say the search and nomination committee, right, go there, but now the president go appoint them back. The composition is all fine, right? But the problem with this particular provision for solving not solve them.
That for take the power away from the president.
Yes, and for diffuse them. For make sure say not to one man no more take this. It's a very central decision. Imagine somebody we get for lead, how we all vote them for choose a leader, therefore be decided. So we no one left that responsibility, then a one person and so for diffuse the power. And so whatever we get for do, it get for be in that light. And so that is why, for example, in as much as this particular recommendation comes from the constitutional review, you know, so the constitutional review from the Cowan report was highly consultative. That one, nobody know the distinct term. So it was actually recommendation 810, and the tripartite self-recommend and a recommendation 36. But the problem is that in as much as the recommendation be put forward, then take them back. Then give them, then take them back. And so that particular recommendation, they not hold water. You therefore look at them again. That's the first one. I want to go to the second one.
Yes. I just want like a good
a good number of them. Good. The second one, of course, this is our darling. we talk about the 30% for the GUI.
Yeah.
You know, say it's well celebrated.
Yeah.
In fact, Campaign for Good Governance was our lead campaigner in this. And so for get them into the constitution, it's very, very much welcome. It's a welcome provision. And this particular clause, the bottom line now for operationalize the GUI.
To the political parties.
Yes,
That's right.
exactly. It say provided that at least 30% of party nominees for national and local government elections shall be women. But we still get for no say, we get for make rules for ensure say, because the last election, wait till we see, even though them put woman in forward now the proportional representation, this block system, the woman them then at the bottom rung of the list. In fact, I do an analysis which show say of all the lists them, now one great SLPP list being get woman at the hem on top. The APC no begin nobody will woman will lead. So you see woman them be the under na the list them. So we need regulations to ensure say woman then claim their list then
It be law now say if you put them on at the top.
Exactly. So how this for? So most times when the law talk about 1 in 3, it is interpreted as the third person, and the law not been say so. And the further problem we created is that a number of political parties they understand that for be the one and a cap. It was not. It could be 2 women.
Yeah, it can
could
be the ministers. It can be 3 women. You put all
so,
women.
I mean, in as much as it's a welcome provision, we also have to look at rules and guidelines, you know, for properly make sure that women then they at leadership roles. So for example, let's look at the political parties. When the political parties then they do the executive elections. Just look at the top leadership of the political parties. Top leadership, not they even get 30%. Women will be included, but they will be included in spaces that are at the bottom. So we really get for pay attention to that one day as well, in as much as we they celebrate the GUI say it can enter inside the constitution. But there's a third point, and that one they border around the decimal census.
Okay.
Me, from a national elections watch perspective, I go recommend that further consultation be done. We are in a census conundrum. You know what that they mean? We get census problem.
Yeah.
We get figures them where both sides of the political divide, first and foremost, not they accept. We get problems them where civil society
Even presently the confusion they on presently.
now they see. If we not sit down and get further conversation on waiting at the plan for census na salon, again, like what I talk about, that's such a nomination, we just say it states the problem. So we really get a census conundrum. And I want to recommend from a good governance perspective, say, let we not just stop at 2015. One political party, SLPP, then cried the census problem. Then there was a midterm population and housing census in 2021. Then we all see what happened to that midterm census day. I mean, it's so recent. And I know say Sierra Leoneans thinking forget quickly, but that issue they so recent. I know say they not forget it. So the 2 recent census there, even the census what they say for use, where now been the census will happen after every 10 years, when at 2015 get problem, 2021 get problem, and coming forward now, even the census will for happen this year, we still say postponement self don't happen. We need for just take a break, look at the census scenario, and I want for say now this very statistics Sierra Leone as the institution we mandated by law for look at the census. Now then give it 2015 census. Now then give it 2021 census. Can we have a law who side public officials them we charged with them kind of responsibility then they of sincerity, integrity and honesty, we tend for create figures then at this country where people they question and where gets the connotation of manipulation? Can they come under the law? Because you cannot say you na the statistics Sierra Leone, the entity charged with the responsibility, then you are moving the people left, right, and center, they bring figures then to we contested. One of the problems the way Sierra Leone get in 2023, all the observer reports talk about statistical inconsistencies. All the observer reports, all. How is statistics for the mix up?
And these were issues that were flagged before even the election.
Absolutely. I mean, National Elections Watch raised it extensively. Not to follow, with the raise and domestically, not to follow a person come outside for carriers and for we. And so, but these are very, well, quote unquote, professionals who are sitting in those positions. Can they be held liable for that? Because not until people then know say, if you play with them figures, then the consequences they will continue to do that. You cannot tell us that 2015 was a problem, 2021, and it's the same institution. Can you rebrand? So apart from the constitutional and legal reform, the way they talk about, we also need institutional reforms. Because that entity then they where they carry their responsibilities there, therefore be such that they get a democratic ethos, which I say the culture. We will see the outlook. If it be an outlook of fairness, exactly, and then for carry integrity and trust when necessary. That is the third one. For the consensus we will need for build around the census. Because why we need that one, the census figure very important. We need census figures for the elections. Now the census figure they determine the population size, the population base. Now I make where we they do election, that's for another day. Now a discussion for another day. But what would they do elections? You they talk about valid votes cast. Now people then they cast their votes then they. And how you they get that one day, you go don't divide them into section for let them able to get the MP, whether in any electoral system. And so that population day when I in the fundamental indicator in needed.
Now the census they inform
exactly.
That.
So that
so if you get it wrong with the census, then you get the
you know.
So that makes us like they say the people
census is so important
Yeah.
that if in the census we will be able to look at them from the basis of voter registration data as well. So for example, I mean, for example, if we get 100 people then, not 200 people then in our western area, let somebody know who say Marcella in 100 people then in our western. So if we get 100, it's easy for teach with 100. So if you get 100 people then in our western area, then somebody come with the voter register and tell you say, okay, the voter register, we get 80 registered voters in our western area. No, then I could begin. No, it's not possible. Because by our very nature, now a youth population we get. Young population plenty past the older generation. We can't get 80. So we will look at the number of people that were then at the western area. We look at the voter registration number. We pull the Peking and come out when are under 18. We look at the middle age. So we get the basis of the census is very critical for make we able to analyze the data and make sense of the data. And so when we get that particular figure they wrong, all other processes they affect them. Okay. Then the next proposal where the constitutional amendments bring come is say we forget independent candidates for presidency. That's a welcome one. Because for we where they promote democracy, we call it democratic pluralism. It means say some people then they're not able to tension of political parties. They're not able to rigors, especially where the political parties they're not ideologically based. Sometimes this person it just lack for let the environment green. It lack nature. Elect for ensure say trees then they sustainable environmental conditions so the next generation go get a habitat where they go able for live. So something like that they no more want for promote. And it wants for come and stand and make sure say that particular position they be had. So you don't want then a political party. So that Independence Day, it opened the doors so more people then for come. But unfortunately, This is the problem with this amendment. Then they give because this particular provision, say we don't come up for na the CRC, it don't come up several times, but then they give and then they take them back.
In
So
what
they
way?
say this particular independent candidate, if for sure say he gets money,
Yeah.
then if for sure community support.
Yeah.
No. Democracy and money, they know they come together. In fact, there is a whole conversation on money politics where democracy they frown at. Money not a big criteria for democratic participation.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, because when you say this person forgets money for do this, you they introduce certain thing there like vote buying. Like they can't use in money now for take over the people them. If they can't use in money and integrity, they know they go together. I can always tell people, they say this person is so poor. I say,
But
always
what about
get
it is
na
to
money.
show his strength of able fund whatever campaign you dey run as an individual, as an independent
So
candidate?
that is why you have the way you couch it for sure demonstrable. You see, in fact, most of the we know if you want money will not clear yourself of the source side come out. One of the things the way PPRC going forward get for stand up for now for how for regulate money politics in this country. Because we don't want let people then they fund election will not they know who side if not clean money then they use for fund the election. So opacity, you don't want introduce anything where they bring darkness inside how the person gets in money for can fund election. So you go couch the clause in a way for make it get sufficient demonstrable, support. That support there, say citizens then go say, because this candidate, Lamrana, we like her, we all the get and tell you.
Yeah.
Right, citizens.
So that is the community aspect of it where you go
Then
to say you get
mobilize
community.
10 news every month for support the campaign. So if you get evidence of that demonstrable support the towards in candidacy. But on that basis,
Enough of be on how much resources you get.
exactly where it gets. And I think say that they undermine democracy, it introduce opacity and like what they say, they bring special interest into.
But how do we
democratic
protect
politics
who that
when
back
it
will contest for be president? As well in as much as we want openness with the democratic process.
That's it. That's why constitution making has to be consultative. So you balance it. Because again, I totally agree with them. You don't want to open the floodgates. They're not to all and son ki get for can be president. I can always say, whilst democracy now for everybody, leadership now for the brightest and best. So not to everybody cut out for leadership. Not to everybody cut out for leadership. So you get forget some safeguards. I truly and totally agree. But the problem is we not for make such that we can put money before jara and jara. No.
Okay.
Democracy and money they go hand in hand. Then I think we can move to the biggest elephant in the room. I think say this clause where they talk about the presidential threshold for win an election. And I will start from the conclusion. That particular thing we need for look at and back. So do you the one the way they go to parliament today, where they go discuss during the privilege. Una get for thoroughly look at the threshold back. The 1991 constitution, it talk about 55%. That thing has been debated extensively. Fumble then that 55% where presidents forget na first round. Then after that, simple majority. Simple majority means say 2 candidates then go on. Out of 100, one person gets 51, the other one gets 49, the 51 9 they win. 9 a simple majority. So the law being saying, and the law still say because not change it. The law say 55%, first round, then the second round, now when you can call on off, you get simple majority. The CRC, the Constitutional Review Report, say nothing You know, talk nothing but that 55%. You know how the 55% born out? I don't talk say we own society in a society where we democracy unique. We democracy born out of the need for let people then build peace, cohesion, let they address divisiveness. So that 55% the way they do, it move political leaders them for what they call them stronghold for try for convert votes other side. And in that process there, you know say even if we make plaba, we must talk. We must make peace. And it go broke a dialogue, it go promote cohesion. Now the tripartite recommendation 53 itself come up with a similar recommendation. In fact, when I watched the tripartite recommendation 53, I said this recommendation just restates 55%. Because recommendation 53 of the tripartite say, it say, yes, we forget 50 plus 1% for the president, but in half of the districts, the person where they win the presidency forget 25% of the valid votes cast.
But the amendments look reduce that.
Well, the amendments now no sign come out. Waiting at the basis, they pan constitutional review report, they pan tripartite reports. So the amendments get for tell we waiting at the rationale. Waiting at the rationale because
I
the
think the
amendments
explanation was that for inclusivity, at least if you get votes, they say around 11 of the 16 districts.
So now that's the amendments say. The amendments move forward. It say is just it add to the 50 plus 1. It say now 20% of 2/3. 2/3 now we currently get 16 districts. 2/3 now 11 districts. It say 20% of 11 districts. This particular presidential winner forgets them votes then. What is the rationale for 2/3? That then a real problem. A real problem. You know what 20% in 11 districts mean? It means knowing the character and disposition of a politician. It means then they go fight for that 20%. In certain communities, then it opens so many things.
But it means there is inclusivity and people from 2/3 of the country believe in this presidential candidate.
So I make in fact, these were the reasons why we actually want to see disaggregated data. Because if we get data right now, we do the computation for now we see the history, right? The history of voting pattern as alone, waiting this rationale, in fact, that's what the AG's office need to tell us. Because the previous one, now the tripartite people then sit down and decide the 55%, it was in the 1991 constitution. This one, who say it come out, who then consult, how then reach this particular figure? They need to explain.
So they actually accepted there was a recommendation in the tripartite committee, but government put an.
No, that was not the recommendation.
No, yes, it's not the same way. He accepted that and he mentioned that it's not the same way. But the explanation we in Gay now about inclusivity for sure say if you get that number there of votes across the country, it means say there is some buying. The people accept you. You know what be one section no more they say na me stronghold list, na me stronghold list.
So you know what I said earlier? If this is not the answer, what was the problem? If this is the answer, what was the problem? So then said the 55% threshold high. Now you can't bring a threshold way higher than what's already been there. This is more complex than the 55%, and this is hard to forget than the 55%. So you did not solve any problem. People then say the 55% was high and it prone we country to a runoff. But don't forget that now because of what you don't talk so inclusivity, the divisive nature of politics concentrated in regional lines. So they want people for cross over going to other locales for go get people there for vote. Now make them design and so the one that we designed the 1991 constitution. Now you say you want for address that problem, but what you bring in more complex in 11 districts, you forget 20% of the valid votes cast. It's very complex. How you they determine that one day? So I make us say this particular one, I think the AG office need for educate we more on how they're waiting at the basis, what to inform them. This lacks consultation, it lacks consultative backing, and what to inform them for get this kind of decision.
This not going to prevent we from the issue of confusion during runoff.
In fact, I didn't introduce confusion. I they calculate the 20%. I they get the 20% first. I they calculate the 20%. Right? So when you do what the tripartite committee recommended, it been then near almost the 55%. The half of the district and 25. When I looked at it, I said they only
and then reduced. The tripartite was saying 25. And
no,
then
they increased the number of coverage, which is 2/3. Now it's 11 out of 16. If you take them at the 16 districts currently. But I mean, they are in a better position to say why is it that they make this proposal? And you know, you are not making constitution for yourself. You are making constitution for the people. Uda una consult, una gets that kind of information, and what is the basis, you know, for get that kind determination. So that particular provision, they also are going to encourage those who would be doing the privilege today for let them look at them very, very much deeply. It's
hopefully the AG will explain them more.
Yes, in a better position, and probably it will, after explain them and give people that will understand chance for inputs, they might consider revisiting it because it's a more complex one than even the 55%. Yes.
Okay.
Change. Solve no problem. Okay. No problem.
And the constitution for solve the problem.
That is it. Because we are calling this. In fact, the amendments they are so where they cow it so. Despite some of we not glady, where they put the constitutional review for weights. Then cow with the electoral amendments there, the justification where they give it and say we election get problem. And then one quickly fix them. And so if not that day they want fix, some of them clause they are not fix, no problem. They actually stating the problem. And in fact, this particular one for the 11 district of 25% complicate the situation.
Okay. The next issue.
The next issue is electoral petitions. Then they say we need for because the time frame when they say table the matter in a court if you want for contest the election. I don't see a number of people then. Some people then they say the time too short. Let we extend them. You say the provision where the AG office put, they say if you're not glad with the election, you may file a petition to the Supreme Court within 3 days of the declaration. They say 3 days small. People they say 3 days small.
It was 7 days, I think.
Yes. So what we need for do, we need for balance, because one of the things they say election contentious. We need for balance, expeditious, adjudication. Because say election the board of the stability of the state. You know what, all the state in suspense for too long. Because election thinking it's like nothing they happen. All my eagerly they wait. You know what, all the states for too long. But then you also get for balance with people they need for mobilize the evidence. So there is a fine line where we can draw. You might say within 3 days, you for register you intend, say you want for contest, the elections. Then within 7 days, you file in whatever you want for.
The argument is, what if they don't swear in the person? Within the power
that
again of
brings us to another point. Because we get the next point is about the fixed election date. And so when they introduce the fixed election date, they need to also introduce a fixed date for inauguration as well. Because that all swearing, it really impacts on any adjudication relating to contestation of the elections. So they really need for look at fixed dates for inauguration as well.
We're not limited to just the election date, but as well we get a date, so after you win, it will take this time before.
Because it's good. Transition very important. A number of people them where you see they don't you say they don't swear the president, especially where change of government happen. Now pack then they pack so quick and one go.
Yeah.
Left the office, nothing not happen. You see, so they affect continuity in governance. You know, you get for literally hand over which you don't do, and people need, irrespective of the fact that government change. So that inauguration thing they back, we need for look at them, and I think say a number of recommendation 7. Now I make will not for shelf that constitutional review report. Recommendation 710 of the constitutional review. It talk about a fixed date for inauguration.
The Kawan
review. It's so important that this piecemeal approach itself gets in problem. We want pull the election come out no more. One of the things that we me personally want for advice, let we not rush this electoral amendments we left reform of the judiciary for purposes of independence and impartiality.
But the minister said the judiciary is an independent institution. They dictate to how for handle election petitions.
But it's not about elections petition. Even the disposition of the judiciary for deal with the matters there. So there is a whole section on the constitutional review reports, the Kawan report, we talk about the kind judiciary we needed for manage all of them processes there. And so we cannot leave judicial reforms out if we dey talk about electoral reforms, because in the final analysis, as you say, now then get for go handle the petition, and citizens then get for be confident enough for no say them particular thing so they take forward, so the judiciary then go able for handle them. So lastly, and that is the big elephant in the room, the proportional representation. I know, so when you start, you mentioned say National Elections Watch. I always like to make a disclaimer. That is at a very personal level. Right? At a very personal level, I always like for make a disclaimer. Say I am a proponent of PR. Me na one person will be educate people there for, but that PR will miss it 2023. That one day all the advantages. Oh, they talk about PR, right? It debunk everything. It cancel everything. That proportional representation they reduce parliament to waiting they can call a duopoly. It bring 2 particular parliaments from 4. In reality, proponents of PR say we design PR, it lead to inclusion and democratic plurality. That one day not happen. And the most important thing, just within the parameters what they talk say, waiting at the problem we want solve with this new amendments. We own problem na salon, na trust in institutions. There is a major trust deficit. The only way we go solve this problem in a salon now for make everything open and transparent, right? Proportional representation, in as much as it gets good qualities that we can use, where one of the fundamentals na inclusion and participation, and addressing wastage of votes now one of his strong character than dandy in order to solve openness and transparency. People then are salon, right? The need for see things them before them believe them. That is their character. Then they only accept things the way they're able to see in an open and transparent manner. So for example, you go make a proportional representation system, you get for calculate the votes of the members of parliament, you get for be outside the polling station. You get for go get around and compute them for let you know which percentage this party get, which percentage Dandy get. You know, you the calculator against what they can call a threshold. Now we want an electoral system where voting and counting is the beginning at the polling station, it ending at the polling station. You know what that mean? I say an electoral system, and I'll talk about the type of electoral system.
It can be PR or contrast the push.
A system where they begin the voting and counting, it the beginning at the polling station, it done at the polling station. Because what you do, now that polling station day, You get citizens observers the way they at the community where they see. You get party agents the way they at the community where they see, and then you get the electoral officials them. Now, when they don't count the votes done, for example, I still they use me 100 votes, 2 persons stand the election, Marcella and Lamrana. Marcella definitely in this particular election, he get 520 votes. The balance votes, na Lamrana and the other candidates then get them. This citizen observer and this party agent, they don't write and do. Marcela Samba, 420 votes. All the other candidates there, they list almost not their vote. Where they all and then come on at the polling station for the MP of their locality. Where they all and then come on at the polling station, they only they wait for the electoral commission for confirm. Because they are confirming against a data where they're able to collect as citizens.
Changes not for happen.
So now we go to an election. Even the political parties, they ask them if they understand how the PR being calculated in 2023. Ask them, then Sabi. So then they just the fact that you do not know, it breed mistrust. It breed mistrust. A lot of people then the thing the way then they doubt, nothing the way they not Sabi. But when you show them, you help for educate them. You carry them, you bring them along in an open and transparent process. Then they believe because they see and then be ready. And so, let we no rush for go introduce proportional representation system. We will not say that proportional representation system they know they work for we.
What's in this document not provide an alternative? Now that it proposed say we will go with.
So I don't we get to now them put so
yeah.
But in the I mean that they self lack consultative backing. But in the reason
because when I've been get a position, there was a
in fact the
position.
civil society, when the civil society meet, it was so interesting. The way where people then give, they not only because for any data, because 57% of the civil society will meet that day, they say they want first past the post. For me, it's not the 57%. Now the stories the way we record on tape, we have the evidence. The stories that we record on tape where people then they justify why they say so. And the major thing I don't explain so. They say the PR system, especially the district block, is opaque. They don't know nothing. In fact, I think it was the Keke writer. He puts it so vividly. He says, "You can't read the system this where they hide all simple." That's how.
No, Sabi, you would get a problem there right now. People say they can't identify their members.
Exactly.
But the age been the proposed now. Yeah, how do we have a conversation? Parliament can in the other electoral laws them now before the elections can propose say let's have some hybrid system. Also, we go put the face of the people and where they contest with the political parties them.
To be honest with you, that was where I was seeing us tilting towards. Because, you know, we were having very strong arguments coming from both sides. It was not even this versus this. It was what people feel. People really want a system where they can participate. The Electoral Commission is open and transparent enough. They can give their input and they can understand the system. So we forget a process where they design a system based on the consultation. Government do consultation on that particular thing. Right? The AG office, international idea, they go around the country and do consultation. And that was the consultation outcome. We see the 190, the representative from the 190 paramount chief then position, the interreligious council then position, the office of the AG, the consultation also will then lead to the tripartite committee then position. Waiting we go build with your unique scenario so that because the essence of the constitutional amendments for the election now for solve problems.
With your own experience, which kind of election should we agree or adopt?
Electoral system.
Electoral system should we adopt for 2028? We will address the problem
the electoral system we for adopt is such that voting and counting begins in the polling station and ends there. Let nobody know.
Could that be PR? Could that be first past?
It could be decided. You see, electoral system is not this versus this. It's a system. You can wait and call mixed methods. So the methodology for be such that it go design that way for address the problem of trust deficit. Where we not they put so much power na hands of few people then for determine the electoral outcome. The electoral outcome they bang about the visible, right? Anything where they collect electoral papers, you go compute them. Citizens they doubt them. Now I make you may find out say the tabulation for the 2023 elections. A lot of questions be raised. They say we want to see how this process they be tabulated. How una collect these results? How una arrive at this figure? Now Dante will be the problem. So we no want for make we go introduce any other system where they complicate that process.
Where are you expecting? You've been expect anything we get for do with this aggregated data, and how do we deal with it with the electoral system we talk about in addressing? Because now one of the problems that we come up from the 2023 elections, and it's still the issue about electoral justice, electoral reforms, and all of that.
You see, disaggregated data is not just for no Uda win election. Even post-electoral reforms right now, some of the points there where with the table so right now as agencies the way they work on election, right? Now because of the data that we don't get to make we able do them. But somebody, an independent person, for able for look at the electoral data and able for deduce some of the answers to some of the problems them where they happen right now, where they try for find decision on. So when you keep the disaggregated data, even till like understanding the gender dynamics in electoral voting pattern, we not get knowledge. We don't get knowledge. Apart from now this, we get more women we register than man them. We not get knowledge of the voting pattern of women them. For that we know say when it comes to Western area, more women in the Western area voted than men, and begin for know why. So disaggregated data they serve both purposes, and I believe say when we they look at other reforms and guidelines with regards elections results management, we go come to the situation where we talk about how for make elections data public. It's very important.
So this whole situation, Marcella, we don't see at this stage all day. We don't hear people them way been on the working at the tripartites, the political parties them. We've been signing this agreement. Everybody they push blame. Now this person push this. Now this person get this. Is it that we are missing an opportunity? Usai collectively the political parties and two major political parties when are part of this agreement for work together for give an amendment in the constitution we go stand the test of time.
That's why I said we have gone full circle, right? The donors them may feel say they go make a prescription for we see this democracy in a salon. I will say it every day. This democracy in a salon, as citizens they don't safeguard. Now citizens they don't safeguard up to this point. Not a politician they be match gonna for this and coin us. Not a politician they may go into money 1 and 2. Right? I always tell people that when I came to mainstream civil society to bring this state back on track, it was civil society. Citizens security relations, because all the institutions of the state be non collapse because of bad governance. Now citizens then push all them processes there for make it reach usai idesu today. So when you bring a sensitive process like electoral reforms, what puts under the umbrella of the tripartite, we they call them tripartite for ease of reference, but it's actually how for reform the electoral process and system in advance of future elections. You say now political party them, the two lead party them, now they're no more for do them. Hey, we run the risk of waiting to happen. So then two people here so no they agree. Right? Because when you take constitutional process, you left on a politician and waiting in one for do now for push a process where they benefit her. And then when you go to opposition, begin cry for the very mistake we make. And so that is why you open up the process. Let it be a citizens-led process. Now I make, if you watch me words them right throughout the conversation, I tell you say this particular aspect lack consultative backing. They not come to people there how they arrive at this decision. The need for clarify them. So at this point, make we encourage the members of parliament. Constitution not to a sensitive something.
Yeah.
It will be highly consultative. Now I make we really not be ones for detach the constitutional review process and make a piecemeal approach like waiting they go on so right now. But we understand the exigency of time. We get certain protocols in our election where they touch the law, 6 months before the process. Even 8 months before the process, people not understand that they go touch the law. And we know say they bring about so much suspicion. So we understand why the exigency. But let we not also forget, say, major thing and the inside constitutional reform we for go for referendum. Especially if you watch that aspect where they touch about citizenship. There's a whole aspect about dual citizenship in terms of who for be cabinet minister or who for be MP. Say I not touch that side. But because me believe National Elections Watch and Campaign for Good Governance believe say anything where they deal with citizenship for go referendum.
Yeah.
Nobody not get power for decide.
But the minister said this amendment bill not get anything we get for do with entrenched clause.
Yes, you not get for do with entrenched clause. Not mean say you for consult on them. You not mean say you not for consult on them. So the point is people forget away. You see, when you want forget legitimacy, you mobilize people them for let them take decision. And so if you want for pull, say, the cabinet ministers them and the parliamentarian, because the law say the person go be cabinet minister if he qualify for be MP. So, so that dual citizenship thing, they will really get for look at them. Right? And I think these are the areas where we need further conversation on. Are the appeal to all who that get for move this process forward. We don't dare for the last 20 years they build constitution. Right? If we're able for wait for 20 years, not to the few weeks a month, we're not going to wait, that will make this thing correct one. That will make get more happy people than a salon. If una not tired for the all term with the dialogue good, but also with the strive around a lot of issues. Me, I don't tire. Let we try as best as possible for build consensus around waiting they go inside this amendment.
Waiting for be the role, finally, waiting for be the role of citizens in this process. I've been saying people we post the bill now with Facebook, but people were asking me not sabi me MP. I don't know that I'm MP. How do I reach out to my MP? How citizens go participate in this process?
Now ownership. Say, in the current state of the democracy, PR not a help, because if let's say this now, if somebody in diagnosis na diabetes, then he can't tell you say he thirsty. Then elect out that Fanta juicy. Elect out that Fanta flavorful. You give that diabetes patient that Fanta, EPAM. You just the worsen in condition because diabetes patients need to take sugar. That person will get in diagnosis, right? Now diabetes na bottle, cold bottle water na you dey give am. Na him because na in they solve in your context reality. Citizens in a salon right now, they want a system where they interface with them political leaders. They want a system where they able to choose their leaders, right? Not to miss themselves. Now from the data where they collect. Now, what is citizens them for do? Let citizens then take interest in this process. Especially those who are enlightened, let them go parliament today, let them go help for let we build, let them go help for let we build a national constitution. You see, if the law get problem, order they get problem. Law and order now then they go hand in hand, side by side. If the law get problem, there would always be problems with order. So let us try for make the constitution so that those who would be implementing, those who would be interpreting it, they will be interpreting it for the common good, so that we all in the final analysis could smile and we all in the final analysis could benefit. We have gone through as a country processes that were tedious past this, right? I remember the several times where the Abidjan Peace Accord break down. But in the final analysis, we won as a country. Let we try as best as possible. Let we put off. I don't get the analogy. If you fail for make good constitution right now, when you sit down at the other side of the table, you dey feel the consequences of that bad constitution.
Definitely.
And one of the things that I don't see, the ruling party they sabi deal with the opposition in ways themselves. For me, I can really scared.
Yeah.
So let will not get to that point. Let's make a constitution that is highly consultative. It reflects the realities of our country. Kenya did it, right? I spoke to my Kenyan friend. I mean, the last election in Kenya, I was in one of the communities, and I was saying to her, but you people have come a long way from last time. You know, say Kenya began this notorious post-election violence. And then she says to me, Marcella, we legislated everything.
And then an example.
Yes, they said we legislated everything. So controversy no day. Where you can take the law delineates for you all what you need. So let's sit down. I mean, let we put aside things them where in the final analysis not go good. We go put law, we pass her now, then we begin fight over them. No.
Yeah.
But let we see, let we be rational enough, let we get a constitution where we say, if this is the answer, what was the problem? Let we say the constitution don't solve them problem. They have it cause political tension. Una no say fumble them, and that's my last word. Una no say where democracy not stabilize, economic reality not they can. For the most part, in the last couple of years, we did a fet for fix then here. When you dey fix then here, you need to focus on how you build the country economically. Economic development, they only stem out from a stabilized society. Society will get order, and that order they emanate from the constitution.
What are you hope about? You hope for Salone and this process that we will come out of farm and go to the 2028 election, addressing the things them where you don't highlight, when you don't highlight, where CG don't highlight.
I always have hope in this country, right? And also a few people then they win at the tractors. Then people then they will not for make less succeed. All time then they make sure see fine process then employ. And with all if they take stock, you they see the people there. They're very character in successive regimes. Would they begin name they all just know? Would they begin name them? Because we are seeing that same character. We don't want that one day. We still get hope in this country. In fact, it's even compelling right now. I just don't do the analysis of the global order. Everybody has to look inwards and build in your country. Because the space now for external intervention and external support is all limited. You have to look inwards and build your own homegrown resources and opportunities. Now make we don't want detractors. We don't want people that way they use political processes for consolidate political power. In fact, I hope say then they land say they work. A template when they work. Now template will always the collapse. Let's use the space genuinely. Let's use the opportunity genuinely, and we are hopeful because then side they always do identify as gaps, right? Yes, you are right to bring this recommendation, but decide that when a gap, let we ensure say we clean them up before any action could be taken.
You see the political will in the leadership of President Bio for addressing problem here?
Well, I've been interfacing with the Minister of Justice, right? I've been interfacing with him. He's leading this process on behalf of government, and he's open to the comments that more they make. Right? Even before I get this kind of conversation, I have sat with him around the table and we have had all this conversation. And I know that, I mean, the political will now could be demonstrated. We all man don't talk, say, let's make a constitution which could benefit the people. So I hope they would listen to it. This is not about political power. It is about our collective future.
Thank you so much, Marcella Samba
most
Sisi, for
welcome.
joining us in the program this morning. I think we don't achieve what we want, and now for unpack some of the issues them and concerns them from somebody like Marcella, we don't cover elections, don't do recommendations on electoral reforms, and we don't really point them with always. There is need for dialogue, openness. The document they go parliament today, then they start the conversation, and hopefully tomorrow we'll talk to members of parliament, and inside the program we'll talk to legal experts them as well about the areas them where we need for discuss further, because the opportunity here you know go come back some other time. If we miss her now, then we've always self-responsible that we not play with your part. Thank you so much for joining us, and we appreciate that, and hopefully we'll get you now. You know, we're going to get you now. I know. But thank you so much. It's been a very, very educative conversation. We'll take a quick break and come back and can close. Continue for Stay With Me.
All right, so I'm walking home from Congo Cross, from FSSG, because basically all the transport is filled. And I'm on the bridge headed to Congo Cross. And I have no idea how this is even permitted to be to even. There's no. This is crazy. This is the craziest thing I've seen. If you walk across the Congo Cross Bridge, there's literally a section of the railing that's missing, and the drop down. It's a good 5 stories. I'm out to come back here in the daytime because this doesn't do it justice. I have no idea how this is permitted to even happen for even a day without some type of safety precaution.
Many thanks to Marcella for joining us on the program this morning. You know, they continue the conversation on the constitutional amendment bill 2025. Hopefully we'll have a link up to Parliament for the pre-legislative hearing and bring that to now. But as citizens, we all get a role for play. We can be part of this process. I know people have been raising concerns about the not sabi the MP or whatever, but we don't put the document on Facebook, now socials. You can read it. If you get concerned, just drop them. Hopefully, we get to open up the phone line. Let me hear input from people sometime this week inside the program. So we all go participate, because democracy for be participatory and inclusive, as Marcella say, because now we all feel part of them. We all go agree, say, now we all get these documents, not a few people then get them for the young political gain. And I agree, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice has been so open, you know, for get conversation on, you know, the issues there. And that now how governance for be. People them for be ready, them for open up, them for be ready for talk and participate in the process and all of that, you know. Otherwise, it will be a problem, you know. So let me understand, Andy. If you get time, you can go to Parliament, listen, be part of them, ask questions, and participate. So that video we watched earlier, a Congo Cross Bridge, they bring the attention of the Sierra Leone Authority, Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority. From where accidents happened under December, we want trailer for them on that side. Now so it don't day, and it's worrying. Imagine lights not in at that space, the person they work at in a net. It's very, very worrying. We will also remind SLRA or SLRSA, whoever is responsible. This is not the part. You see, na Trevor take this yesterday net. See how we did. From where from where this place where the accidents happen, we just left and so no more, you know. But this year of delivery for the delivered and in the all. This is about safety and, you know, concern for the people. The institution, how much it go cost we for fix this, you know? How much? We want wait stay and can't cut the other one then back. You know, it's if people who are responsible, we they bring that to our attention. And thanks to Trevor for raising that as well. Trevor still the tower for put the still a try, not say tower, still a try for put the machine for clean the beach and walking For label work. You know, Shalima they support them. You know, and that now institutions and we get machine for clean beach for more park well. Unable fix them. We're talking about tourism and machine for clean beach well. Unable fix them say then thief battery panam and it go worse. You know, we need for be we need for be serious. So we need for be very serious people in addressing things them we get for do with how this country for day. You know, this morning we don't show now. Simon Lowe show the Joy Hospital as well, how it turn like. You know, the frontage of Joy Hospital. Casual and Cole, chairman of the Western Area Well District Council, they bring unto your attention as well. You know, the Joy Hospital, the frontage. I drive past there yesterday. This is how it is. Look the smoky. They go all inside the hospital. All. This is not all other side on a Joy. Just the outskirts of Freetown now. A Joy this. You know. Freetown back home, he gets in your dirty. The chief administrator say council day in crisis. It's worrying, it's concerning, and we all should be worried and concerned. This shouldn't be normalized. Then see how they happen enough for being normal. Look now, I'm gonna piece the piece so safe than they waiting up this. So I'm sure na piece the piece. You know, the other side, the other brother to it dirty. We should be worried and concerned about the situation they are. We not for normalize them. We are humans. How you go get hospital now before hospital people when they go to it? How do we normalize them things here? The people that are low cost now Eastern, they raise concern from last year where they begin go make them bridge. You know, the bridge still the work they on standstill over 6 months or so. But worst of it, the caterpillar park right now the road. For more than go park and the SLR saying that the contractor get up. But how do we accept that even if we abandon the project, how do we accept that somebody for go? Simon, can you please show the people and see what you they talk about? How do we accept the NTR for happening that we abandon the project and the caterpillar as well park na the place? You know, nobody not care. Don't raise this concern. A forum the outside, the authorities, and they personally have sent it to them as well. Because people in the Senate to me and raise concern. You know, they're doing it. How do we accept the NTR for happening? They are people that were responsible. Look, the bridge, if we never fix the bridge, then we go pull a caterpillar and they are big. We go pull it, let the road clear small. So because of this walkway being the gone, you see the road don't tight. Then caterpillar park upwards. This is a very busy place, Locust Junction by the market. But we don't normalize them here, we don't accept them. If they talk about year of action, and then tell what they do, for deliver for the people. This is not free talk, not to apply no. A free talk. We can't complete that small stretch of bridge there, and we go park caterpillar there and abandon and they back. We go to remind you now. But thanks everyone for being with us this morning. Thanks to we guests them, Ramantom Farmer. You as Freetonian, as you move around today, members say, the chief administrator say, the Freetown City Council day in crisis. There is a fight, there is a problem between the chief administrator, the councillors, the mayor, and all of that. So some of the work them of council day on standstill because the CSA no go sign vouchers or whatever if not the same finance officer then at the place where they don't suspend. So hopefully those who are responsible will address this problem in the interest of the country and Freetonians. You know, you can say people let ego them and plaba. You know, the greater good, they affect we. It affects we the people. If only people in a position they understand how, you know, some of them things here they affect people them. But we the people for demand, ask questions. Why should this happen? Why should this? Why people are not going to resolve the problem for we all good? You know? But just get that at the back of your mind. If you see Dotina, if you see they're not able to clear the streets and all that, because council is in crisis. Until tomorrow, we will return with the program, the Truth Morning Devotion. Many thanks to my colleagues, the technical and production team. Many thanks to my guests this morning, Marcella and Ramantom Farmer. Thanks to our viewers and listeners for our contribution and participation at the program. But as always, members, so you should get a responsibility for doing waiting right, avoid waiting wrong, be a law-abiding citizen for God and country, serve your conscience, be honest, truthful, and sincere with yourself. You know, be that. But as always, members say, now the two the last. Tete will meet back tomorrow. Have a lovely day and have a productive week. Bye-bye and continue for Stay with Truth Media.
You go hear the drama. We man them the two the grammar. Now FM Salon I keep in a party, me say every day. Radio station. For all the politicians, me say right down day. The party king well, the party king jam. The talking plenty and the shocking one. So argument. Ruling party king day, opposition themselves king day. I tell you. Third first king day, Vuvuzela themselves king day. This now we party, political party. For all the politicians, me say right down there. Because I want to make them know now politics don't put me there. Good party.
This is Truth Radio, 103.9.